Hey, there we are. We are live now. Hey, welcome everybody to episode 30? Oh my God, 30 episodes of this thing?
30.
We haven't quit yet? Crazy. But anyway, welcome to episode 30 of Gunpla Talk. I am one of your co-hosts, Tim, the one and only child of Mecca. And as always, I am joined by an amazing cavalcade of co-hosts. And we're going to go around the room. We're going to talk to each one of them. We're going to review the winners of GBWC, and we're going to give our predictions. We're going to talk about each one of them, go over what we like, what we might not like. Then we're going to maybe bitch about the judging. But that's for later. We're going to do the reviews and stuff first. So without any further ado, let's go around the room. Let's introduce everybody. Let's start down under with my favorite Australian, Mr. Josh Darrow. Josh, introduce yourself.
It took everything in my body to not try and do a ridiculous Australian accent right then with that intro. Hey guys, I'm Josh. I live in Australia, and I'm a Gunpla builder and illustrator, and you may know me from such first places as the 2015 GBWC, and not since then, which is totally cool. And I built a Zeta recently. I still love that thing. So yeah, I share on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, share my builds and just talk about this hobby. And I'm on this show. That's me.
And the
Awesome.
2.0 guide.
Yeah.
Oh, and the 2.0 guide. Oh, yes. So I just recently did an update to my Zeta work in progress book. If you guys haven't heard about that. I took photos along the whole 1.5-year build, wrote all these little tidbits on what I was doing in each step. I compiled it together in a PDF, and I've just updated that with some extra pages, gallery photos, and painting and masking pages, and like a background story on what it was like to do such a long project, and where my mind went and where my emotions went and what it's like now that it's all finished. So best thing is pay what you want. So I think I have $1 all the way up to $50, and you can choose whatever you want and download the same PDF. So yeah, go grab it if you want to.
Awesome. It's a good read too, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well worth it. Well worth it. So, Josh, thank you very much for joining us, sir. Appreciate it. Let's go next to my absolute favorite Englishman, Mr. Simon, Mr. Gundam UK himself. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, I'm Simon, otherwise known as Gundam UK. And the small human you can see lurking behind me is my son James, who's now disappeared.
Nice.
Yeah, he's back again.
Simon is sounding so silky smooth, might I add.
Ooh. Yes, I'm actually
Got
using
got that hot mic on.
a hot mic.
Make you sound silky smooth. Ladies like that. All right. Very good. Well, thank you for joining us, Simon. We appreciate it. Let's go next to my absolute favorite American living in Korea, Mr. ZakuAurelius. Zach, introduce yourself, sir.
I was wondering how you're going to do that one. Yeah, I think as people who are following my channel may know that this hasn't been long since I've been live. It was just a few hours ago I was here working on this guy, and had a few hours of sleep, and now I'm back, and yeah.
You just never quit, man.
Yeah, I can take a nap later. Hopefully Noah will take a nap later, and I can lay down with him. So
nice.
that'll be good.
Exactly.
Awesome.
You're like, you're working, and you're like, yeah, I'm doing live stream. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna have a nap for a little bit, and you just go to sleep for like 10 minutes and go, okay, so now I'm on the leg of the X here.
That'd be really funny.
Right.
That'd be really
Fall
funny to
asleep
take a
on the
nap.
live chat. Jeez.
Yeah, and like when I wake up, see who's like still in the chat.
Still in the chat.
Still there.
Or there's a chat alarm that you can hit, and then everybody in the chat wakes up because they're all sleeping as well, and everybody's sleeping at their desks. Oh yeah,
That'd be fun.
Nice. All right, good deal. Thank you, sir,
Yeah.
for joining us, Zach. Appreciate it. We're missing one. Justin was supposed to be with us, but at the very last minute, he messaged us and he lost power at his apartment complex. So that sucks. We recently got some snow here on the East Coast, and when that happens, people drive like idiots and weird things happen, especially with power lines. So hopefully the power outage will only be temporary for him and he can join us at some point. But if not, we'll miss him. What's that?
I'm not gonna.
You're not going to miss him?
No, I'm kind of happy that he can't be on there. Just kidding.
Really?
I'm hoping that he goes back in the video later on and hears me talking like that about him.
I know, right? Man, I hate Justin, man. This guy. All right, good deal. But hey, Justin, if you're watching, if you can join us, but don't sweat it, buddy. All right, so let's do a quick round of what we're working on right now. I'll go first. I'm not working on anything. That was easy. Josh, what are you working on, sir?
What am I working on? I am putting together the P Bandai Master Grade Hazel, which I've been wanting this thing for probably about 5 years. I built the high grade years ago, so it's really cool this came out. It's an old school Master Grade that's built off the Mark II 2.0 frame, but it's a really fun build, super blocky, and I've just re-glued the V-fin on because I broke it when I took it out of the box. So I'm being yeah. But really cool face, fun to snap it together, and it's cool to see it on 1/100 size. And then I got myself my first bunch of machining Krieger K kits.
Nice.
So the Falk and these are not snap kits, if people don't know. So you can see that I've got all my Japanese Twitter photo style masking tape all over this thing to keep it together. Yeah, it's a really fun build. Putting it together, it's so different and so unique. Seeing how it goes together, and this is kind of like the original Star Wars models, where you can see that the original maker has used parts from like these down the bottom here are like airplane fuselages. So there's two of them put together. I think these are meant to be like ping pong balls that they use that, and this is a Coke bottle on top here. So I hope I'm getting all my facts right, but that's what I think the lore is on these kits. Really fun kits to put together. So I'll be painting this one up sometime in my lifetime. Who knows? But
awesome.
Putting it together is fun. Yeah.
Now those are the ones you picked up over in Dubai, right?
Dubai, yeah. I was in Dubai recently for the Otaku Emmy. They had a Gunpla competition there, and Otaku Emmy is a small store in Dubai with my friend Case, who owns and runs that. And I was in there, and they showed me their warehouse, and we're talking just thousands of kits. Like, I don't know, 12 feet high shelves, and I'm just walking down, and it was like candy store, just aisles after aisles of kits. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
And so I saw a bunch of these kits there, and I've never got them before, and half of the reason why I like them is the boxes. This like yellowy cardboardy texture, and the color, I don't know why, it's just so appealing. Yeah, so I've got a few of those, yeah.
Awesome. It's that one kit that you showed us was a lot bigger than I expected them to be. That's surprisingly big.
Head size.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, which is fun. Yeah, and the smooth curves and everything. Yeah, it feels like that retro future sort of design style, which I really like. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Is that one Wave or Hasegawa?
This is Hasegawa.
Okay. Yeah.
And you guys will like this, as you know. This is what you get in each of the kits, just big water slides. So yeah, pretty cool. So these guys are copied Bandai, like all their PGs. Bandai put big sheets of water slides in, so that's why these guys are doing it. Hey, see what I did?
Hey,
nice. Hey. Awesome. Well, thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. Mr. Simon, what are you working on there, buddy?
I'm still working on an RX 78 3.0.
Oh, the one that you're appreciating with blue. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I kind of changed my mind on some parts. It's only appreciated blue on the most bright white parts. The rest are kind of appreciated in grey, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Another weekend, I think.
Nice. Can't wait to see that one.
The blue appreciating, is that just to make it a cooler white in certain areas? Yeah.
That's more or less it. It just gives it a nice sort of blue tinge, makes it look brighter.
Yeah.
So,
have you done that before?
I did it on the Gerbera, the GPO4 before, but this time it's a lot more subtle.
Yeah, no, I thought the picture that you posted of just the head looked absolutely stunning. I'm not one that likes the pre-shade look, and I was blown away by it. So I really, really like how it's coming out, man.
Cool, thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well done. Cool. Well, thank you for sharing, sir.
Yeah, that's more or less all I've got going on at the minute.
Awesome. And Zach, it's easy to tell what you're working on, but aside from the Perfect Grade Exia, are you working on anything else?
Yeah, just kind of the same stuff. Like everything else I just need to finish this first, but then once this is done, it'll be back at it on the Tristan. It hasn't really been updated much since the last work in progress, but I need to fill in these parts there on the leg and just kind of finish up the big shapes on the arms and the legs, and then get into like some of the smaller details and stuff. So that, and
Awesome.
yeah, a lot of small little things. So. I
Man,
put my first coat of primer. I'll just show you this quickly. I put my first coat of primer on the Asuka figure. I don't think I had this last time we talked on this Asuka GK kit.
Oh yeah.
So just a thin coat of primer on there first, so then I can go in and do some more sanding and stuff. And also this Sleeping Cat Mac K little sleeping cat resin figure. It just has it's like a little cat in a spacesuit.
It's actually a cat?
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually a cat. That's cool.
Adorable.
Something like that. And it has a little tail out the back too. But
Nice.
yeah.
Adorable.
He's gonna miss the shuttle back to Earth. He's sleeping, silly kitty.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I had that
Nice.
out as well. So just sprayed a little primer on those, and then I need to just go in and do some more sanding and refixing some of the little details and things like that. So
Cool.
How's the Exia been? I've watched your first stream. I haven't watched the other ones. Has it been a fun build? What do you think so far?
It's got a little bit of an issue here. I was showing Simon before we got started, but I'll show you guys. The waist part in here, there's like the whole top and bottom half are connected like at one point. And how it is the bottom part has just 4 little pegs that just plug into the top part. There's no like actual click connection. It's just those 4 small little pegs plug into there. So the weight of the legs will pull that out of there, and it'll just be just loose like that, just hanging by the wire.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Hanging by the wire. Hanging by the wire is great.
Yeah.
So at least it won't fall off, but I would definitely just all you need to do is just like after painting, once you're assembling that, just glue those parts together. Just
I was going to
super
say,
glue
is that just something that you could glue when you're done? Okay.
Yeah, it's not a big issue, but it's just something that I wonder how that made it past their test phases.
Yeah, there have been a few like that.
Yeah, I mean, all it would have taken would have been them to just design just a stronger connection point just between those 2 pieces. That's it.
Yeah.
But
reminds me of the Sinanju waist peg.
Yeah, that issue.
Yeah. Cool.
Otherwise, yeah, it's a really fun thing. It looks really good.
Awesome.
With LEDs and everything.
Very cool.
Remembered something else I was going to share as well. I shared with you guys, but I want to show everybody in the chat. I got these little tiny, I think they're called Sankei miniature art, and it's these little laser cut kits of houses and different scenes. I like the ones from Ghibli movies. So this one's from Kiki's Delivery Service, and it'll be hard to see on here, but all of the windows and everything come pre-laser cut, and you stack them behind the front facade and the back facade. So there's this real sense of depth in the model, and this thing is tiny. And like some of these pieces, the little chimneys on top is actually 5 pieces that I've sandwiched together, and I actually could barely hold the pieces with my fingers because these are so tiny. I did it at a cafe, a wine bar with my girlfriend. She was working on one. I didn't have any tools, and the chef guy, he could see we were popping out the pieces, and he goes, "Do you want a knife?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he gave me his paring knife, like off of his cutting board. He washed it and gave it to me, and we're sitting there in the bar just holding these things up. It's really cool. And you also get little tiny sachets of this is leaves and this is grass. And so you coat the house with some glue, and then you sprinkle that on top. And you won't be able to see it, I don't think, but then you end up with a little picture of the house like this, and it's all overgrown and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I had never seen these before. They're not cheap. This was maybe about $30. I'm not sure why they cost so much, but it's a really fun build, and you just use your standard kind of your white sort of craft glue, just that sort of stuff. It dries really quick. Really fun to put together. And I just got my new set, which this was like about $60, so you can tell I'm really excited about these. And this one is the house from Ponyo with the little
Ponyo on a cliff.
Yep, Ponyo on a cliff. And this one's a bigger set, heaps of parts. But the house is up on a little hill, and there's little fences along here. And there's a little teeny tiny carport and a tiny car that you put together. The carport even has a little bit of perspex, a little bit of clear film that you put in there. And if you guys have seen the movie, there's actually a little green bucket that sits on the edge of one of the fences.
Oh my god!
Those guys put the bucket on top. Yeah, and you get a little miniature version of the boat and everything. But how you put the house together is really cool. Sometimes there's actually sort of a feeling of rooms. You like frame it together and put it all together. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this together, and it's probably gonna end up being about this big. And of course, I want to put some LEDs in it so I can turn on the light and have it look like there's people at home. Yeah. And I don't know if you can tell, but you remember the scene where the little boy's signaling his dad who's going by on a boat, and he's using the little light flicker? That's actually in here, and it will be probably about 8 millimeters tall, and I think there's a few parts for it. So just Japanese level of attention to detail is fantastic. So yeah, I got these from Japan. So if anybody's keen on trying them out, I highly recommend them. They're really fun.
Very cool.
I think I saw some of those.
Huh?
I was just gonna say, I think I saw some of those when I was in Tokyo, and they looked really cool, but I didn't end up buying any. But now I kind of wish I would have.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you should get a little set. They've got miniature sets as well, and they're really fun. Yeah.
Very cool. Those are when you showed those in the in our chat, I was just like, wow, those are super small. But then you showed them right now, and I'm like, holy shit, they're actually smaller.
Actually tiny. Like,
yeah, really.
Oh my god.
No comparison for you.
Like Godzilla here.
And somebody's asking me how they scale to Gundam kits. So actually, here you go. This is a monster grade origin, and there's a little house. So I think it's a bit too small, but it'd be kind of close. There you go.
For a 1/44 scale, might be a little bit closer.
Yeah, I was going to say 144.
This is a completely finished real grade uniform. And there you go. Yeah, that probably actually be the scale pretty good. Yeah. There you go. You got your Dio set for GBWC. $500 on little houses. Nice.
Oh, yeah. All right, good deal. Well, thank you guys for sharing all of what you're working on right now. Let's real quick. Let's cover some news because there's a decent amount of news, right, Zach? Or have you already gone over it?
There's as usual. I didn't pull this up. Let me just pull this up for you guys real quick so I can share this. But as usual, on the morning that I posted my Gunpla news video for the month, we had a whole bunch of really big announcements, as tends to be the case. So let me share. Let's go over to Gundam Kits Collection, Gundam Kits Kitchen, Gundam Kits Collection, and let's see. There's some of this stuff here. We have this guy.
The A to Z Gundam.
Yeah. So in Japan, this is going to be sold exclusively on Amazon.com.
Wow.
I guess the Amazon hosts the battle log on like Amazon's video.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Video player, video page. Anyway, not on YouTube, but for the rest of the world, it's on YouTube. But outside of Japan, you'll be able to get this at just anywhere or whatever. So I like the colors of it. There you go. But some parts are interesting. So the Gunna is kind of, I don't know, and the blue fins on the head.
I didn't even notice.
Oh yeah.
I don't really know about that.
Yeah, somebody had pointed out that, and this may be common knowledge, but it was pretty cool when I saw it. The A to Z, you know how Amazon's little smile goes from A to Z in their logo. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah. I don't know if that's connected or not, or intentional or what, but
yeah, I'm sure
I thought it was neat.
I'm sure that was made with that in mind, with it being sold on Amazon as like an Amazon exclusive thing in
Right.
Japan there. But it does look pretty cool.
Oh, that face is great. It's got like kind of teeth breathing holes or something.
Yeah,
It's
Jeez.
quite mean.
Yeah, super
Mhm.
mean.
Yeah,
very interesting take on the Zeta head. Yeah, for sure.
I like the side leg, the thrusters there. Those are cool looking.
Yeah.
So it's cool that even though Build Fighters kits have just seems never ending,
Yeah.
but at least they're still coming out with some cool ones. So
Yeah, that seems like it's got a lot of parts that are made just for that, more than it feels like the other kits have. I don't know.
there's the Titans color version of the Hazel, but as far as I know, I don't think anything's really different about that except the molding. I think it might have some different water slides, but nothing much. The a straight turn red is also something that's a P Bandai. It's like the XN Riser. It was P Bandai in Japan, but for the rest of the world, it's just a regular release.
Well, I thought it was like North America, like a North American only regular release. I thought it was like P Bandai everywhere else. Is that wrong? I don't
Okay,
know.
that might be the case, but I think I saw something that in like China as well, it's not P Bandai.
Oh, I don't know. I know
So I'm not-
Xavier had posted something on the Bluefin site that they're going to be available, through Bluefin vendors and things like that. So I'm guessing it's more like a normal release here, but
Yeah,
it's weird that Bandai's doing that for a North American release. Very odd.
at least people in North America can rest at ease. The V fin is really cool. I like the huge V fin.
That's crazy. And it'd be funny if it still has the same connection port as the original. If that connection port's tiny.
Yeah,
Right.
but that looks cool. I mean, otherwise it's just basically kind of two of those huge swords strapped to the back. This is really kind of mind blowing. I don't know what the deal is, how they're managing this, but the light up
Luminescence version.
Yeah.
What's that stuff?
Luminescence version, is that what it's called?
Luminescence version. Yep.
There's the.
It's just
I haven't
like
seen this
glowing
picture actually.
plastic.
So yeah, it looks like there's a few. I mean, you can see like these really hot points where it's got to be inside there. So I really wonder how they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
I mean, LEDs are getting smaller and smaller nowadays, so if anybody can do it, I suppose Bandai could,
True.
So
and
I
it
don't know,
may even be like some of those wireless LEDs that we've seen here recently,
Yeah.
Where they light up in proximity to power, sort of thing.
Yeah, to that special base. I know Kenny Lim has been posting a bunch about it on his page, and they look pretty damn cool. Hopefully they become a little bit more available worldwide,
I saw it used in a fish tank.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting effect. So.
Yeah. I feel bad for the fish sitting above that power grid.
We're going to get to sleep.
Yeah. They start. You don't need LEDs.
The next Ari was announced, so there was no picture. There was like a teaser image there, but it's very obviously the vagina.
Oh, yeah. That silhouette was so difficult to guess.
Right. Like what's the point even? Just show like just the line art of it or something.
Yeah.
But, so that'll be the next. That'll be the next RE. It's not a design I'm really particularly into, but I think it'll be a cool kit. It'll be cool looking once we actually see it like in kit form.
Is it like an anniversary for F91 or something? I don't. When did F91 come out? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
I don't know.
1992.
Then it's what, 15 years?
Could be that, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Just a guess.
So, I don't know. Any other thoughts? You guys looking forward to it? Yeah or nay?
I'm
Yay
not
or nay?
the design that much myself, but it's still cool. I never thought we'd get a newer, modern 100 scale kit of these kind of designs. So, people are fans of them. Yeah.
I mean, it's a smaller size suit anyways, so I'd be interested to see what they do, to update it, You know, there's only so much you can do with it, in my opinion. But yeah, hey, whatever.
That's the second F91 kit from the RE100 line, right?
Is it?
It's the first, I think, will be the other one. It's the first one, I'm pretty sure.
Is it? Is it the first one from F91?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. There hasn't been anything else.
I'm sure there was another one.
Just looking at it now, I'm noticing that there's a lot of similarities in the design to the Providence Gundam. Just not like it's really close, but just sort of similar aspects.
Mhm.
It has like the backpack with like the bits kind of going out around the side like that. It's got the big, thick, dark color hoses. It's like a gray color scheme.
Yeah.
And just the legs are also kind of similar design to the Providence. The lower legs, I don't know. Anyway, maybe that's just me. But
I think it's you. I can't see that. I was trying to get in there.
Just
Hey, man, no, totally. But I'm like, oh, darn it. But the hoses, yeah.
Here, look at the lower legs here.
There you go.
There.
Yeah. Okay.
Here.
Yep.
It's similar-ish.
There you go. Yeah.
It's got the long pointed shoulders.
We got the Providence had the
Like
big shoulder.
that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of there.
Yeah. Scroll down.
this is
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I
just wanted to see how tall it was, but no big deal. So the Wound Wart.
There you go.
15.8 meters. Yeah, I think short.
The Wound Wart.
Wound Wart?
Woundwort.
Wound Wart.
I was in.
Wound work.
Yeah.
Oh, that would suck.
Looks.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Just the hands look pretty awful, but everything else looks really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Big hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got ham
then
hands there.
With the liner, I mean, it's got pretty large hands, I guess, and it's just also aside from just the overall size, it's just going to be missing the detail of like how the fingers are supposed to be tipped like that. It's going to be really a little bit more difficult to paint that in.
A big part of the aesthetic of the Advanced Zeta designs is those little painted fingernail tips.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And how much do you want to take those plies and just put them on the back of another kit? They just look like such cool thrusters.
Yeah, it could make for some really cool just kit bashing materials there. Yeah, but I'm really excited. It's good news.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's the first of a few. I don't think they'll do like a whole huge line of them, but hopefully, we'll get maybe one or two more.
Is there any date kind of approximation for this? Or is it
Nope,
just
not yet. Yeah, just to be announced. Yeah, I guess there's another image here, but very cool. We're looking forward to that. The head looks great, and all the other proportions of everything I think look all really good. So, I'm excited.
You got any shots of the Galbaldi fella in the background?
Yeah, there was a separate post for that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
The Gabaldi Beta. Also looks really cool. I'm not really honestly that big of a fan of this design, but this kit does look quite nice.
Mm.
Very Gelgoogish, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think
Yeah.
like the cone head has never really been all that attractive to me, but
Yeah,
The cone head, nice.
it's not really attractive.
looks pretty cool. And I'm just going to assume that the construction of it's going to be very similar to the HG Ifrit, and that's a really, really good kit. So as long as it's like that, then I'll be happy with it. In the back of the shield, I got to say, looking at it from this angle, the back of the shield's kind of ugly, but it is an HG, so it's not surprising at all.
And with these announcements, these are just all at the Gundam base, aren't they?
Yeah.
This was
Gundam
like
base.
no event or anything like that. They just all of a sudden had like the RG and then these two kits just out on display. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And look at this blockhead. P Bandai calling it now.
Well, yeah.
Why would this be P Bandai?
Every release in the future, P Bandai. Nice.
Everybody should congratulate him if it is P Bandai.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Congratulate him.
shake his hand, good sir. You called it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. There was
Cool.
some other stuff. There's like the repair set for the PG was also announced a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago now. So I think that's nice that they're releasing that as a separate set and not as like a full kit. So if you already bought the full kit and just wanted the repair parts, then you'll be able to get that without spending all of your money again.
Cool. Well, good stuff. We got a lot to look forward to. And the rumor mill has been blowing up here recently too. So hopefully that pans out too. But we won't say anything about that. Anywho, we got an hour and a half. Let's get right into this thing because we're going to need every second to go through these winners, because now there are 18 qualifying countries now in GBWC. So we've got to go through every single one of them, and we'll critique them and talk about them.
138 entries.
What's that?
138.
113.
Yeah, right. We'll be here until next week until
We've got
actual ceremony.
designate
That, right?
10 seconds to each one.
Yeah.
We'll set the time.
All right. Yeah, let's just start. Let's just go alphabetically, man.
Yeah.
Who's up first? Canada?
Australia.
Jesus, how could I forget about the Australians? Sorry about that, Josh.
Lest you forget. So hang on, I'll share.
I'll just show you guys in person. Oh wait. Oh no, I didn't win.
A moment of silence.
Here we go, kids. Here we go. It's started already.
A moment of silence for Josh's loss.
Oh no, you know
me, just classic Josh, just flying up the handle, so pissed off and angry.
All right, cool deal. So the winner, let's start off talking about the Open B winners, and if we have time, we'll go back and touch base on the juniors. I
think we just have one picture of each one, right?
Yeah, it's just one of each in a minute.
Yeah. So, Josh, I mean, you saw this in person. Tell us a little bit about this, man, because you have firsthand knowledge.
Yeah. This is Kieran, and he came, I think, third place last year with a couple PGs as Zaku, and comparing that to this, it is worlds apart. He did some panel lining last year, which was clean. He does a lot of woodwork, so he's bringing his skills over from chiseling wood and detailing wood into Gunpla. Super cool guy. This one was another level for the cleanliness of his panel lines. You can't see it in the photo, but each of those panels kind of has about 2 or 3 extra panel lines and 2 or 3 different colors. And in person, the quality is just top notch. I was blown away by the quality of the panel lines that he did. And also the shading of the psycho frame. You can see he cut a little bit of extra parts out on the inside of the calf, and he did some kind of pink and white shading to the psycho frame to give it a kind of glowing, realistic effect. And then the base is what blew me away. I'd seen a work in progress on this kit, and he had shown like shots of the MS, nothing about the base. And the quality of the base is just astounding. The trees and the grass, the little houses and everything, it's just flawlessly done. And I'm not sure how he made the portals. This is meant to be kind of like a demon. Forgive me, Kieran, I don't know the actual lore of this. Meant to be a demon kind of coming out of a teleportation or a dimensional portal, and he's hand sculpted that to be in the base as well. So yeah, this is a PG, and so it's massive. Yeah, so just really good quality work.
Nice. So for those of us obviously who have not seen Kieran's work in progresses or are part of Gundam Builders Australia group or haven't seen it in person, what kind of what kind of other work did he put into it? Do you know, like mods or anything like that?
I'm not too sure. All I would see was every now and again some work in progress close-ups of the legs, and I was just floored by how he was able to do such nice paint work separating. So I think it looks mainly like a standard PG. He's changed the V-fin, of course, but just a lot of armor trimming and a lot of panel lining on the kit as well. So I think that's about what he's done in terms of mods. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, the paint work and everything looks super clean. From the pictures, excuse me, that I've seen, and the base work is really quite nice as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so he flipped out when he was announced as a winner. It was so cool to see him.
I'm sure.
Yeah, because last year he said, "Man, I'm bringing my A game next year, Josh." And this year he's like, "Man, I can't believe I did it." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, congratulations." So, yeah.
Nice. I'm sure they were all expecting another name anyway. But I digress.
I was talking to him yesterday, and he's so stoked to go to Japan. So
yeah, I bet.
I'm proud of him. Good on you, Kieran. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Much respect to Kieran. I'm joking. With what I said just a few seconds ago. So no, Kieran's good people. So awesome. Cool deal. Anybody else got anything to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I really like the metallic red inner frame just because of how unique it is.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a really good color choices. Not typical at all.
Totally not. No.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Cool. Well, hey, good luck to Kieran in the finals.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I was wondering just a second about the blue kind of like effect part at the bottom and the red effect part like for the flame at the top. I wonder how he made those. I guess it's just like it's melted plastic and.
Don't know if he maybe sculpted it out of like a putty and then he might have remolded it with a clear sort of resin maybe. Not too sure. Yeah. Man, I'll send him a message while I'm here. It's daytime in Australia. He may reply.
There you go.
All right. Real time.
Yeah.
So here. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but here's a little spoiler. This one is actually the world champion.
Yeah.
Not Australia. But here's the second place, right?
Oh yeah, this one's by James. And this one, I think, my favorite out of the winners. This is a kind of I don't know, imagination-causing entry that I really like. This is the ZGOC. I always get it wrong. ZGOC real grade. And James has done a lot of panel lines on this and a lot of color modulation in his painting. The story behind this one was I remember he posted a photo. He had the base sitting there. He's putting the RG in, and he's about to pour the resin. And he says, "Hey everybody, I'm about to pour the resin. Wish me luck." And I'm just like, "Oh crap!" And he poured it in. And if you don't know, resin gets hot when you mix it. And if you put a lot together, it'll get hotter and hotter, and it ended up melting the paint off the bottom of the leg really badly. And then take all the resin out, and he basically redid the whole ZGOC again for the entry. So this is the second ZGOC he's done for it, which I can't imagine having to do the MS all over again. That would be terrible. But it ended up turning out even better than his first one. And this one, you can't really see the depth here. But behind the ZGOC, there's actually a cave behind there, and it's a little teeny tiny mezzanine kind of rail walkway with Shah on the back like that. And there's a little Xeon flag. There to the left side here, there's a little blue light. There's a couple little guys on, I don't know what the hover bike is. Whatever that's from one of the little sets, little hover bike, and there on the left side there's like this crevasse going up the side of the dial with people climbing up. So it's one of those dials you keep looking at it and you see all these extra little pieces coming out. So I really like this one. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish that they would have had like a 3/4 shot of this rather than just straight on, so you could actually see a little more to it. But of course, for anyone watching who's interested, I'm sure you can find plenty more photos of all of these around online. But
we probably don't have time to go through all the extra photos of everything.
It'd take a while.
Yeah, we'd be here for hours.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So I can tell you stuff.
There, Lance.
It's so cool being at the award show and seeing the announcements and seeing these guys flip the F out when they're announced. Like they genuinely are surprised. It's so cool. And Lance had, he and I have been chatting in the months leading up to GBWC, and he's like, "Man, I'm working on the Pallas Athen," and he's like, "Man, the shoulder, there's no way to like cut a C shape so the arm can pop in and out like before painting. I'm having to paint this and mask it off and then seal that." So I think it was a really tough kit in that sense to kind of paint it all without being able to reassemble it and hide some seams. So Lance went with like a cell shaded sort of color effect. And Lance, as you know, he won last year and he got second place in my year. This guy's a demon at painting. It's just great work. And so this is base color, and then he's done some light shading with a lighter green. Then he's hand painted in kind of fake reflections, and he's gone along the edges and done sort of a hand-drawn cell-shaded texture, sort of pen lining on it. kind of thing we've seen before, but his is kind of different to the ones that we've seen before that look like they've come straight out of a cartoon. And probably the week before announcements, he goes, "Oh, I'm working on the base," and he showed me all these pages and paper flipping up behind it. I'm like, "Dude, what the hell is this extra level to your entry? You little bit." He goes, "Yeah, I got these images. I edited them in Photoshop, and I'm printing it out." And he's staining the paper, and it's called Concept Palace. So I think it's almost like the concept of the mobile suit, the artwork has come to life. And so his base is really cool, how it's suspended like that. And the poor guy, he those 8 or so little cigarette sort of things on the back. I don't know what they are. I think it might be weapons of some sort. He was working on one of those, and he had to put so many layers of clear onto the kit and then repolish it after each layer of clear. And he ended up bending one of those, and a piece, like a thumbnail-sized piece of paint, just went pop and just floated out. And he sent me a photo, and it was like, I think about a week beforehand, and he's like, "Man, no!" And I'm like, "Lance, no!" And I'm like feeling this empathetic pain, almost like he's in labor, and I'm feeling his labor pains for him. I'm like, "Oh, you poor dude." So he repainted a few pieces a couple times, but he was stoked to get third for this. So this one in person was really cool to see. The photos don't really do it justice. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for him. Lance is was one of my favorite people that I met last year. Just such a friendly dude. Is such a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Moving on. Let's go to Canada next?
Yeah. You want to look at the junior ones or the other category?
Honestly, stuff? I don't think we're going to have time for juniors right now, unfortunately, because that took us 15 minutes just to go through those 3.
Yeah. Okay. So here's
what's the junior winner for Australia?
Benny Ma.
Oh, yeah.
This one?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
This one here? Yeah.
I like this one. Just a cool concept, and then keeping all the primer sort of color statues down the bottom is really sweet. Yeah. This one was really good in person too. I keep saying that sentence, but they actually were. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Benny's awesome too, man. I met Benny last year because he's a 2-time winner, and he just needs to continue to smile. That was the big thing. Inside joke with Benny, though. So, all right. So Canada, man, this is the first year that Canada has competed on their own, sending their own rep, and wow, what a first-time representative! This thing looks really good.
The detail on that is incredible.
It's really cool.
It came out really nice.
It's very nice, yeah.
Now, who is this by?
Sam or Heatherson.
Okay.
Sounds like
I don't know.
Good job, Sam.
I don't know.
That's all good.
Lam Tak Tai.
Okay.
There you go.
We did a great job.
Did a good job.
So I love the paint separation within the inner frame. The right in where the inside of the elbow, you can see just that nice little hint of different shades of metallic in there, and I really, really dig that. Shading on the bazooka looks really nice, and overall the detail is just really, really good with this. So really a nice first year or first time representative for Canada, I think.
Yeah. I like that some weathered kits, they appear to be a bit dusty. I don't know if you guys can see that. It might be just the top coat, but I like it when they look a little bit dusty as well, as opposed to just edge weathered. And I think this one's like it.
No, I totally agree. Simon Lamb from Jeff Longman. Simon Lamb is the gentleman's name. So, Jeff, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I was close.
Yeah, you were real close, man. Don't sweat it.
Exactly. Just 3 more guesses, you would have got it spot on.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Those parts on the back are from parts
GPO2.
of the GPO2, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, how'd you do that?
What, guess that they were from GPO2?
He always manages to spot what parts come from what kit.
Yeah.
Man, you work on so many kits. You trust me.
Absolutely.
You will learn very quickly what parts are from.
But a lot of it that looks interesting, just because I'm sure this is the Zaku Master Grade 2.0 kit, but some parts of it look quite odd. Like the hoses around the head look like they're from high grade.
They don't look like they're the actual ringlets, huh?
For some reason, it just looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So there's certain bits that's like throwing me off, but I'm sure it must be the Master Grade.
No, it's definitely a solid, cohesive piece. I like this thing.
Yeah.
Me too.
Really like it. Good deal. All right. What's up next for Canada?
I think this is the second place.
Is it second place or third place? That's second place. Pretty sure that's second place. Is that
this one
place?
is labeled second place.
Oh,
second.
okay.
And
well, maybe it's second place.
Riders of Olympus. Maybe this is either second or third place. Let's just say that.
Okay.
We think it's second place.
Well, it's one of the ones that didn't win.
I'm just checking now. It's second place.
That's second place. All right, rock and roll. Cool little piece.
Yeah.
It's
Not really to my taste.
It's okay.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the metallics are pretty well done. You know, a good attempt at you know, kind of an original base. It's got kind of the three you know, kind of elemental thing going on there. I respect it.
Should be Zeus, Poseidon, and Ares, right?
Yeah, it's called Riders of Olympus.
Yes.
Okay.
One,
I guess, and so that's why he's got the lightning bolt there and the
good call.
One thing that I was thinking is posing, dynamic posing would really boost this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit stiff.
Yeah, a little bit more, slightly aerial, a bit more dynamic, would really boost it up. Yeah.
I think a little bit more dynamic diorama as well, a little bit more depth, because the bottom is very flat. So maybe if I obviously this would be a bit more difficult to do, but like on the lava side, have this part like a little bit more like stacked up in certain areas, and a little more like vertical depth, and then this side maybe have like a wave or something like that, like some big wave crashing from the background or something.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting idea, and the kits don't look bad at all. And it's just like like I said, posing of the kits, and I think the diorama could use a little bit more depth in that as well, and it would have been really cool. Yeah,
good stuff.
Those are all Pale Riders, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
That too, yeah. And as I wanted to say before, the disclaimer: Simon, Tim, Zach, and I are the best Gunpla builders in the world, so we're allowed to give criticism like this because our opinion is just the penultimate. So
it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
No other opinions matter.
Yeah.
And
Fact.
this will be the third place, I guess.
All right.
So this looks like it's a well painted.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a well painted Sazabi.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looks like a straightforward, nicely done Sazabi.
Yeah.
I hats off to anybody who paints a Sazabi, because man, all those opening flaps and bits that are opening and closing with edges, clipping, that would just be Chip City for me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it looks
Third
like maybe
place,
some metal detail parts. Looks like maybe, or that's just. But no, I think that must be using the metal detail parts. Yeah.
The parts, yeah. And
Yeah, I'm seeing it on the elbows and stuff too.
Probably just got that metal detail upset that you can get for that kit.
Oh yeah. Probably.
Or hand machined every part, which I think might be the way, Zach.
Yeah. Oh. Excuse me.
You know, I actually gave that thought one year about machining parts like that, but I looked at the prices of a lathe and I was like, yeah, no.
Yes.
All right, China.
Open. Yeah.
I dig this. I don't know why, but I dig this so much.
It's the
And
base is incredible. on
the
that.
base, thank you. Yes. The
So nice.
base is just beautifully finished. And for those of you guys that know anything about, woodworking or finishing, furniture or anything like that, that's beautifully done. I really like it. Even besides the nice model on top, the base is just really nice. I dig it.
Mm.
I wish the Dom was doing something with his hands.
Yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
that,
He's not
yeah,
doing much, is he? Yeah.
I love the base, and yeah, it's
He's just kind of chilling, standing there.
of
Just a hands on the gun, I think, would have added so much more,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
I didn't get a close-up look at this. Is that like the generals looking at a little table, maybe with the battle plan or something like that underneath?
Yeah.
I'm not sure either. I haven't seen any close-up images either, but
And is that a radio on the right?
Huh,
yes.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Okay.
So this diorama actually plays music out of the radio.
Yeah. Plays the
Oh, is it-
Thunderbolt.
Isn't that the radio
That'd be
from
cool.
Thunderbolt?
Yeah.
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 Maybe
Yeah.
it plays jazz.
Yeah.
I was just joking when I said that, but it could very well actually do that.
Yeah.
Right? That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be a nice little gimmick.
It'd be the first one to actually make noise in GBWC. That'd be awesome, man.
And I love the zoomed up cockpit on the left with the pilot going in. That's cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a nice touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a combination of different scenes kind of
Mhm.
smooshed together.
Yeah, almost like a comic book or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a well done piece. I like it.
that's great.
Cohesive.
So is this the winner?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
nice.
Yeah. From China. What's next?
And let's see. I think that's not it. It's A2, second place.
Ah.
This one.
Oh, I remember seeing this online. Yeah. This actually looked pretty impressive.
That's pretty cool.
Wish it was more dynamic. No, I'm just kidding. It's
I was going to say, I was like,
Can't
how can it get more dynamic than that?
that's my standard joke now. Just even that paper coming across, it just feels like you can feel the wind coming.
Yeah. And the flames and everything. Yeah. I agree.
It looks like a kind of a section maybe in like a Final Fantasy game where like the summon that you do, the big boss or something, they do their final move and it goes.
Oh. Yeah.
And it's like the flames spinning around slowly. Oh man.
And
It's
3
cool.
minutes of fireballs and special effects all over the place.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Nice. What is that little thing at the bottom right though? Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Can anybody
Off
tell
to
what
the
that
side.
is? Yeah.
LED.
It's got to be an
Is it?
LED.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Must be LED.
distracting. That's a good word.
Yeah.
Maybe
Used to
that's
be
why it
behind.
came in second.
Maybe that. Yeah, maybe you'd think that he would have made that to like tuck up into that, but maybe not.
Yeah.
For the photo. Yeah.
Maybe it was.
If you do all that
Sorry.
effort, you have that sticking out the side. I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's a last minute thing. Who knows?
I wonder about these parts on like this dragon head right there on the front, and these parts on the side. I wonder if those are like taken from some other toy or something, or if those are completely like hand sculpted. Those are pretty intricate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of those SD kits that are in the same nature have some crazily intricate pieces. And I don't usually like those, but just looking for parts and stuff like that, I gotta admit, some of those kits are like treasures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they make a lot of them too. I'm talking to like hundreds of those kits.
Mm. Yeah, that could be true. It could be from one of those kits. I don't know, but
What is this? I can't tell.
what's what?
What's the base kit? The mobile suit.
A wing?
Yeah, the legs look like a wing.
A wing. Yeah.
I'm just looking at the ankle armor. It's kind of rounded.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be a wing or something. Okay. Yeah.
The Wing Zero.
Yeah, maybe.
Looks like.
Maybe.
It's called the Great Sage Equaling Heaven.
Well, there we go. That explains it all.
That explains everything.
And
Take a course on metaphysics, and you'll be able to understand it.
Yeah.
hey,
Nice.
third place,
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
deactive
damage.
freedom with a tree growing around it.
I like this. I didn't notice this before, that they've replicated the missing wings on the left side with the tree. I didn't even notice that before, kind of to balance it out.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that's? I don't know. Do you think
Is it
that's the reason why?
I don't know. They put the tree there, but the way the tree spreads out, unless it's just the angle of the photo, it looks like it's missing the wings on that side, and the tree's kind of taken over. Almost like a spirit living on maybe in the tree.
I mean, I think it could be either, yeah. But if hey, you know what? If that was intentional, then brilliant. Well done.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that, to be honest with you.
This is a really good tree. The trunk, it's kind of like a fig tree where the roots will actually merge back together, and they look like kind of melted chocolate. The kind of bark over. The branch work is great. It's got aerial roots coming down, and the leaves look super meticulously attached, as opposed to like a dodgier scale model of a tree. Yeah,
definitely. It's very realistic.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Little bit of pond in the middle, a little bit of water at the front.
Yeah.
I like this one. I don't remember seeing this one. This is cool.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit, and I like the size of the base. How it's just small. How you don't need like this big, huge base for just showing the scene.
Because like for the visual weight of it, your eye doesn't stay down the base too long. As soon as your eye goes down, it goes right back up to the top where the wings are, which is where you want the eye to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that one. Thumbs up for that one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Very good. So who's after China? Let's see.
France.
Another first-time entry.
Here we go.
And
a shout out
go ahead, Josh.
I want to say a shout out to Chocolate Falcon, who's in the chat, David.
Yeah, I saw David. Yeah. We'll get to the Cardinal here in a little bit, David. Don't you worry about it, brother.
We're going to give winners in some ways you can get better. Don't you worry.
All right, cool. So, hey, let's talk about France here. This, France, again, is a first-time competitor and a pretty well-done piece. And surprisingly, this was made by a female modeler.
Yes, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm not to say that ladies can't model. I'm simply saying that I don't think there's ever been no, I take that back. There has been a few female open course representatives. I think I forget. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Oka, I believe she was from China several years back. But I can't remember anybody else. But hey, you know what, France? This is well done. Congrats.
Yeah.
It's very much in the vein of military scale modeling.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
It's really,
Definitely.
really
That
nice.
GM has had better days.
Yeah. Poor GM.
Yeah.
I still can't imagine doing 4 kits in an entry.
Yeah.
Right.
So much to paint, so much to mod and work on. Yep.
You know what? Ricardo in the chat, I don't know why I didn't think of this. Becky Law. Was absolutely a GBWC finalist. Thank you, Ricardo. That completely slipped my mind, and respect out to Becky. That she's an amazing modeler. Sorry about that.
I like this. The track where the GM slid down. It looks like it's wet. I guess they've used extra gloss, which is cool. Just giving it a kind of wet mud effect.
I think that's so like what you're saying, Josh, how it looks very in the style of military modeling. It's the attention to details like that. I think that someone who's come out of that would definitely be sure to involve.
Especially with the undergrowth and stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, shading looks pretty good on the pieces too.
Yeah. I wish the GM, I feel like the GM, I mean, he is dead, basically. I wish he wasn't as dark almost looks visually dark as the Zaku's, which
Yeah.
I think he should just be a little bit lighter. Yeah.
Mm.
But he did just slide down in mud, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably quite embattled.
yeah.
Yeah, if that's a word.
Yeah, he's had a bad day. Very cool. Well, definitely a good first time representative for France. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So this is number 2 in France?
Yep.
Wow, look at this thing. This is cool.
It's very sci-fi.
Absolutely.
It's
There's a lot of models going on in this piece.
Yeah, so can
Custom.
Zach name them all?
well, the base is a gay rail.
There we go.
All right, get him, Zach. Come on, list them off for us, buddy.
Go, quick, come on.
And most everything else is just from Armblood Orphans option sets.
Okay.
Like the cannon on the back is just the cannon from, I think it's like option set 1, and then there's like, it's hard to tell in this photo, but it's modified. The shields on the shoulders, I'm not exactly sure because it's just kind of hard to see in the photo.
Yeah, it's a weird angle for those.
I think those are also the Gray's shields from a different option set or same option set, but anyway. Yeah. So it's all Armblood Orphan stuff as far as I can tell, and then just some other detail parts and things like that.
Very cool.
Some quite unusual proportions.
David in the chat said the winner from France, her name is Freelu, and I guess you can find her on Facebook. So there you go.
Okay.
Congratulations, Freelu.
What's this head from again? Do you know what head this is from?
Yeah, the gay rail. That's the all the suit and the head is all from the HG Armblood Orphans gay rail.
Okay, yeah. It's funny how much a slightly bigger head and scale to the body makes it seem like it's a smaller sort of mobile suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely not one of my favorite designs from that series.
Yeah,
but it's a pretty cool version of it. Yeah, it's looking a little bit more kind of tank-like, a little bit like Mech Warrior, like that game.
Yeah.
So, like Simon was saying, sci-fi.
Yeah.
Gundam already being science fiction, but this looks a little bit more sci-fi.
Yeah. More traditionally Western sci-fi.
Yeah, getting closer to Elysium and like a Neil Blomkamp style movie, Chappie or something like that.
Speaking of which, I wish we could get a model kit of that exosuit he gets in at the end of District 9. Oh, man.
Yeah.
They don't make one of those? I thought I've seen...
I think some people make customs or something. I don't think they make them. Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. All right, good deal. So what's third look like here? What do we got?
There's also
we got
Armblood Orphans.
Is that a Grays?
Grays, yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, it looks nice and clean. Nice painting. Weathering at the bottom of the feet.
It's quite light weathered.
Yeah.
It's not really sort of super heavy.
Yeah.
And I think the terrain is a little bit out of, well, I should say a lot out of scale.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I was going to say is I wonder
human scale. Yeah.
And that could be intentional, that he's just playing with the scale of it, as it's not supposed to be like a 1/144 scale giant robot, but just a smaller robot.
That's
totally possible.
Yeah.
Or just very, very tall grass.
Yeah.
And a very huge tank, whatever that thing is in the back.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is how you lay out your diorama and the pose, how it conveys to me good energy, and it feels like the Grays has just run around that tank. So it gives me a hint of what happened a second before, which is really cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's almost like he was hiding and then pops out and he's like, "Surprise, motherfucker!"
Yep. And they're like, "What? We were looking for a full-size Grays. This guy's tiny." And he's like, "I'm not pale." Bam.
Nice.
Yeah, almost like it's inspired by like Borderlands or something, some kind of game.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Awesome. So who's next? What's after France?
After France is
after the Francais
down in
Hong Kong. Here we go. Hong Kong always delivers the good stuff.
Oh, I just remember who the winner was.
B1.
Yeah, yeah.
So big. Cool.
I don't think that was the winner.
This is Open B, isn't it?
Open B. You want Open A?
I don't think
Okay.
that was. I don't think that was the representative though, was it?
There's Open A.
Open A and Open B might be different over
That's-
there.
Yeah, I was
This-
gonna say. I thought this was the representative.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Oh yeah, it says the champion there at the top.
Oh,
Transformers Gundam.
My God.
holy
Oh yeah, right.
Michael Bay Gundam.
Yeah, base style. Here we go.
How does this get together? Like, how do you take it apart to paint it and then put it back together?
That's a very, very good question. When this was awarded, I forget exactly where I saw it, but someone had posted a link to this guy's work in progress, and he showed the pieces, how they kind of go together and everything, and everything's pinned together with brass pins. So it's pretty much a completely static model or statue, if you will. But yeah, I mean, this thing is massive, and it's pointy, and it's red and black, so it's going to win.
God. So down the bottom, is that a smaller Gundam that's like controlling the bigger one or something?
Sort of looks like that or
I don't know.
something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Or like it's supposed to be a hologram.
yeah, like a Cortana type of deal from Halo or something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's called the Gundam Leonidas.
Leonidas, like from Sparta.
Yeah. It's the FRX 300.
The Fricks.
Frux.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this seems like the kind of thing that I wouldn't really be into, but it's pretty impressive for sure.
I'm feeling the same thing. The longer I look at it, the more I want to look at it. Yeah.
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 Now, technically, it's very well put together, executed, and the whole nine. It's just, man, I just think it's a little too much for the eye to take in at one time.
I think so. Like, remember that insane? I think there was a Rezel somewhere inside there, but that big, huge, blue, massive thing that was in GBWC a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
From E-Day?
E-Day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like that was like a little bit much for me because
Yeah.
that was just seemed like so much stuff just stacked on top of stuff. But this one works more for me in a way just because it just looks exactly the style. Like I know how those Michael Bay Transformers look, and this looks exactly like that.
Gotcha.
So I think it fits to the style. It's a lot to take in, and it's a huge mess, but it works.
Good symmetry though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a mess because it's so symmetrical, which is unbelievable.
Mm.
And the placement of the red, so if you like almost blur your eyes, you can see the main red MS in the middle. And the color placement is really well to help you still keep looking at it and not feel totally like you're on a visual roller coaster.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and I think it also helps that it's a humanoid form, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more distinguishable for the eye. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to see a lot more close-ups just to see, try and pick out the parts. Oh, this came from that, or this came from that. I know, shit, Zach and I could probably have a field day with this thing.
I was just gonna say, just as you said that, I was just noticing the kneecaps look like from the Epion. Aren't they?
This one.
From what now?
From the Epion, don't they?
Oh, dude, I was looking at the kneecaps and that kind of reverse V-fin type thing. I was like, what is that? Good
Isn't
call.
that from the Epion or from that seed? What's that kind of dog one?
The dog.
Bukyu?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The Bukyu or
Yeah.
Barbecue.
Yeah. Barbecue. Nice.
Just called it
Good
the
call,
barbecue.
Simon. Good call.
But yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. But I'm actually quite into that.
Yeah.
I have. Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
I've warmed up to it. Like I can see this now. I think about different ways of looking at the entries, and you picture this at a Comic-Con or something. People who don't really know Gundam, kids and stuff walking by, this would get so many wows.
Oh,
Just-
yeah. Yeah. People would drool over this thing for sure, just because it's so large and imposing. And the colors are very contrasty too. So yeah, I totally agree. But what I was going to say just a few seconds ago, I have such a great fondness for the base. It's nicely detailed, the shape of it and everything. I am just kind of a base fiend, and I really, really like how the base looks. It's just a nice setting, and complements the piece so very well. Very, very cool.
Lower central bit. Okay, Simon.
Sorry, I was just saying it's got the little buttresses on the sides and the staircase in the middle, and
how much does
all kinds of
that area conveys the size so well? Hey.
Yeah. And so you have to wonder about like what's the scale of the little Gundam there in the center.
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty small.
And compared to the rest of the thing, I mean, not the model kit, but I mean, just like if you're imagining this in real life, so just like trying to imagine how big the big thing actually is.
Oh yeah. I mean, from the pictures that I saw, this thing was massive. Like it took up pretty much all of the space that you're allotted. This thing's big, like really, really big.
Here's one thing that I want to just check, if I may. Dragon. I think I spotted a piece from the Dragon Ball Code Testament kit.
Uh-oh.
In there.
That's gonna start a controversy.
No, I don't think you're not allowed to use like a piece from a kit. I'm just trying to think of where that piece is on the kit. I know I recognize it, but I can't remember where it is actually on it. So you can see this red part here, down here. I know I recognize that piece from something.
That might be the Freedom. Is it Freedom 2.0, like on the wings?
Maybe you're right, Josh. Maybe that is the Freedom 2.0. I know I recognize that from something. And
yeah. Of course, it's dark blue on the Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. This one there, yeah, I think you're right. I think that's it.
Cool, that was well spotted.
One for Josh, 6,200 for Zach.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
We will accept
All right.
in via a letter in the mail or a gift, Zach. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll just send you the XCO when I'm done.
All right. So what plays second here? Let's
Second
take a
is
look.
this amazing thing.
Yeah. I saw this on Instagram, and the work that went into it, the boar is completely sculpted, and scratch built basically. And it's just, this thing was so nice looking. I honestly didn't know it plays second in China, but yeah, this thing was really, really cool. I forget who the modeler is on Instagram. Chad, if you can help me out on that, that would be amazing. But yeah, this thing was really cool looking.
Very cool and very unique.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like the hair effect as well on the belly.
That would take so much time. I don't know if you guys have done sculpting. I haven't. That just would take so much time.
I don't know. Some of these sculptures are pretty damn quick with it, though.
Wow. And then you're working on the fur on the whole side of it, and then you accidentally drop it, and it hits your table and just flattens the whole side of the board.
Nice.
I don't know.
Just
for how much I like the pig and like everything else, boar, whatever, and everything going on with that, and like the main body and the head and everything's really cool. But I don't know if I'm really into the Gray's legs for it.
Right.
Yeah, they seem that.
Yeah.
I think I would have preferred it if it was just the all boar with like just some armor pieces on it, like on the face.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a weird scaling issue with the size of the legs versus the body size.
Oh, I can't unsee that now.
Sorry, Simon. Joanna Say is evidently the modeler, according to Tim Lau in the chat. This is called Warrior Pig. If Tim is correct, that looks pretty damn cool.
The bottom of the base, that is as real as I have seen any kind of base. That just looks like you've scooped it out of the earth.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
I really like the base, just like the blocky parts too. Don't really know what those are supposed to be, but it looks like just like rubble of like building structure, like base structure kind of.
Yeah, that base is so realistic. It has that effect where my brain can't think, oh, somebody made this, because it's almost like subconsciously in the back of your head, you're like, okay, I wonder how they did that, and I wonder where they put that piece. Here, the base, it just looks like it's real, so my brain doesn't even think that it was handmade, which helps the kind of illusion while looking at entry.
That's it.
I have to wonder if this person has some serious experience in like Warhammer or something like that.
Yeah, it is that style, isn't it? Yeah.
And the same about the kind of assembly of the display of the piece. It looks like a Warhammer piece. They have come on a little base as well. Yeah.
So
very cool.
Very cool.
All right. So what came in third?
Third, I think would be this one. I think this is right.
Oh, the Hashmal.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
I think this was Endmaker, wasn't it? Or yeah, the guy who does all the really cool Gundam videos, the process videos and everything with the music and all that. They're really cinematic.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Yeah. And a lot of this was sculpted out of epoxy putty, especially parts on the Hashmal, because it's very, he kind of made it into almost like a bug.
Very organic.
Yeah, very organic. And I mean, you can see it kind of in the wings and kind of on the arms. You know, almost has like that exoskeleton kind of feel. And this picture honestly does not do the piece justice. It looked a lot better in the whips and final photos that you posted, you know?
Definitely some cool stuff out of Hong Kong.
Yeah, yeah. Very cool. All right.
It's called Alive, Do Not Die.
Yeah, okay.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Nice. All right. So what's after Hong Kong?
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Open A? No, open B.
B.
Open.
Ah, yes.
There you go. Yeah.
The mirrored. So this is kind of cool. It's a dynamic scene, and it's all the paint is kind of a burnt metallic, burnt kind of chrome-ish, exhaust burn type of look. It's interesting. I'm not sure if it's definitely my taste, but it's well executed.
This is now, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure that this is Wynn's piece, and he just took this to Indonesia because he knew he couldn't win in Thailand with anymore.
It does look like a Wynn thing.
No, it's very much a similar style to what Wynn does, hey?
Yeah, it definitely has that shape.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. I like the
color.
kind of creamy stuff.
Yeah.
Like the smoke and everything?
Yeah, it's unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is it
supposed to be smoke or whatever, I think.
I mean, it's not my style, but the painting I think is well executed, you know?
I guess it's like kind of as if it was done in monochrome, like a black and white kind of painted kit or entry, but it's just kind of done in mirror chrome. So nothing's really meant to stand out from any other part. But it's a different way of doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is called Final Bullet.
Final Bullets.
Oh.
Nice.
Hmm.
All right. Well, what came in second there, Zach?
This one, very distracting image with the head in the background. Oh, that's part of it. Okay, sorry.
That's part of it. This
Yeah.
is like the upside down Stranger Things kind of Gundam-entry.
Mhm.
I thought this was pretty damn intriguing, and this is a terrible picture and angle of this thing because there's so much going on.
Looks like it.
Like there's the Char figure in the front, but then just behind him is like a real grade Char Zaku, and then behind that is the Giran bust that's all weathered and everything, and then underneath of it all on the flip side is a ton of other Xeon suits, and
so everything is going on underneath, but we can't see it.
Yeah. And it's just, this is a really bad picture. Whoever took this.
Is this from the official GBWC site?
Wow, that's
I'm
a
actually
shame.
quite surprised. Yeah,
That's a shame. Well, the Indonesian marketing reps, they definitely need to up their photography game.
definitely.
That's a shame.
Maybe the guy was sick, so it's like a
Nice.
Yeah, and what I was saying before about I can't believe that some people have 3 or 4 kits in their entry. I can't believe somebody has like 9.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, there's a ton of them. Yeah.
Statue. I wonder what that figure is. If that's just all like handmade, I guess.
I don't know.
I think I have that, a resin one.
Yeah. Are you allowed to enter if it's like part of the diorama? If it's like a GK
It's a good
kit
question.
or something? I don't know about that. And then what's the deal with the newspaper? That's part of it. When I first saw this like newspaper bit on the side here, I thought maybe that's just like something that's just tagged on, like where like part of the entry thing. But then I can see there's parts of it here like flying through the diorama as well.
No.
So I'm guessing that's like probably something. It's talking about some Xeon news thing there, but
Yeah, I think it's hard to remember, but I think that's pretty accurate.
But really cool stuff. I wonder, these must be master grades at the bottom. The only reason I'm thinking that is because of all the gold trim around this. That must be the master grade, or he went to a lot of work to recreate that in 1/44 scale.
I mean, anything's possible. I mean, he has 27 models in his piece, so
I can say there's
who
an
knows?
awful lot of work there.
The Gyan on the left, just to the left of that Zaku, Zach, the Gyan, is that the master grade or the high grade? Can you tell from the
I
elbow?
can't tell in this picture. I'd have to see the pictures. But I'm gonna guess that those are master grades. That would make this pretty large, though, too.
Yeah.
But Tim, you're saying that's a real grade Zaku on the back. It looks about the same size, so that means that would have to be a master grade.
I thought this was in 1/44 scale, but that was just a guess. I don't know for certain.
It looks like real grade inner elbows of the Zaku.
I was gonna say those inner elbows look like the 2.0 master grade.
Whoa!
But they're very similar. Like the 2.0 joints and the
they are
really similar. So
cool.
I think like the pipes and the hands and those kind of things, I think would give it away more. It's kind of hard to see but yeah, very cool.
Well, what's third? Let's start moving along here because I know we're getting lower on time. We're already an hour into talking about everything. We got about 30 minutes left there. So, all right, a nice clean Kshatriya. And this was third, I guess.
Nice contrast.
Yeah.
The head from the Kshatriya repaired, which is cool.
Oh, yeah. This looks great. I love this.
Yeah.
Very nice detail. It looks like very detailed in the style of the Ellen Kshatriya or the G Systems.
G Systems, yeah. I like the greens. The greens are really nice.
Especially in the legs. All the detail added on the legs, the lower legs there. Really cool.
All right, good deal.
Power of orange, Zach. Power of Complementary
little
orange.
bits of orange. I like that the green is like really low saturation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit pastel-y. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice colors there in all of this. I like the details. I like the colors a lot. And I'm wondering, he must have pinned these parts here to be holding up the binders. It's got to be heavy. Oh, he's added the arms and the binders are from the Bylarn.
Oh, wow.
Those are Bylarn forearms.
That's cool.
That's cool.
And this thing standing on its own, that looks like there's no rod at a competition. I would be so scared.
Yeah.
If it's balances, you know.
The HG can hold up the binders pretty well,
Mhm.
but with all the painting and extra detail parts and everything all he's added onto there, oh, those are the binders from the Kushachi repaired as well. Because the first one doesn't open up on the top.
Man.
Right?
And how
Yeah.
we know about replicating detail, how frustrating would it be? You detail one binder, then you're like, okay, now I just do it 3 more times.
3 more.
Yeah.
I like that a lot though. That's nice.
All right.
And I
now
heard,
Italy's next.
while you're looking for the next one, I heard back from Kieran on the Australian winner, and he said he sculpted the portal from epoxy putty.
Mhm.
There's no resin mold and just a putty, heaps of sanding, lots of layers of paint. So that's
Okay.
how
Oh,
he did
wow.
that.
Crazy. And
Hey.
here we go. Italy. And my
Italy
boy,
opened winner.
Ricardo. You met Ricardo the year that you went, right, Josh?
Yeah, yeah.
He's awesome. I love Ricardo to death. One of my favorite people again, just like Lance. Ricardo and I think Win was at our table for the banquet, and we just had a blast. It was amazing. So I was really pulling for him, and he just knocked it out of the park with this one. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Clash of the Titans build off, this was his entry for that as well. Just a friendly build off of some really good modelers. This started out as a Bawu, an RE Bawu, and he just modified the hell out of this thing, and he did a great job. Just nice paint work, nice clean mods, great pose, the whole 9. Well done, Ricardo.
No, never mind. I was gonna say, is it just me, or does this really remind you of a Hyakushiki build that I've seen before with the Mega Launcher?
Maybe.
Yeah.
A very similar pose, just with the mobile suit and the Mega Launcher kind of behind it like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It almost more reminds me of like Halo.
Yeah, the
just-
visor definitely makes me think of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's eyes, actually, not a visor, isn't it? Eyes there. That looks.
I don't know,
sort of
but in the picture it looks like a single visor, you know?
So is this Ricardo's third winner? Like representing?
Yeah, 3rd year in a row.
And he's gonna get assassinated soon. Jeez.
Nah, he's gonna keep rolling. He's a good dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Just awesome work. Awesome work.
I like the use of the Sazabi side skirts there on the back. Good use of those.
Yeah, and the new legs and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Let me see.
So much work on that, and I think he might have Zabi shoulders, maybe with some thrusters added.
Ah, okay.
Backpack.
I think this is the one I was thinking of, and it's not that close at all, actually. But
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking of anyway.
Oh,
That was
forget
last
about
year.
that one.
That was in Japan last year,
That one's cool.
No, that wasn't in last year.
wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't one of
No.
the winners. It was one of the qualifiers from Japan last year. I think I
gotcha.
saw it when I was
Gotcha.
there.
Okay.
It was in the finals for Japan, I think. But yeah, really cool. I like the use of the Gunpla booster as like
Yeah.
the base of that gun.
Yeah.
And that's all like one rifle weapon thing
Yeah.
too. It's pretty immense.
Yeah.
He spent a lot of time on that. I followed his whip pretty closely, and yeah, he did just a really bang up job.
This is watching his whip. When you see other builders, you see them putting it together, and I'm like, how are you remembering where things are? How does anything seem like it makes sense to you? It's just interesting seeing how other people build. And I picture myself sitting down at his desk and having to work on it. I'm like, I have no idea, dude. This is ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just like you build something for so long and you start to memorize the where the
Yeah.
parts go and how they fit together and all of that. So I'm sure, once you mod it and work on it for so long, it becomes a little bit easier. But yeah, I know I totally get what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was like that. I think like anytime I'm building some like complicated master grade, even like it's not that complicated, but just like the Psycho Zaku and like all the different parts of that.
Mhm.
I'm painting that thinking like, oh, I gotta remember where everything goes. But like just because I've already just built it, yeah, when you go to put it back together, it's much easier the second time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So what plays second here?
That was second would be this one here.
Oh, nice. Bunch of
The-
Barbatos, all the different
Barbatos.
Barbatos. Yeah.
I think it's the Barbatai.
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 Yeah,
Very
it's the
good.
plural.
Mikazuki and Olga in the middle there when I first saw this.
Yeah.
Those I'm pretty sure are from there's a resin set of the main characters, which I don't know if those will be based off of PVC figures, but I'm sure I've seen a resin set of those. Just saying.
Now, the top Barbatos, are his shoulders bigger than normal? Scale 1/100 on 1/144. They look really
They're
big.
quite bulky. Yeah.
Yeah, compared to the rest of them, yeah. But that might, I don't know. I mean, that might be a 1/100 model, though, kind of bending down, almost like a semi crouch position, because at least from this picture, it looks bigger than the other ones.
I think it is just the angle of the photo, Josh. I don't think that those are. I think those are just the stock shoulders for that kit.
Yeah, and they're all modulated, painted, right? They look like it.
It kind of does.
Sort of,
Yeah.
or is it just
It's like on the sword on the front model.
Yeah, like a soft painting style. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting.
Cool. All right. So what came in third?
Third place be this.
That's cool. Ah, man.
Very interesting. Kshatriya.
Now there's another one that we're going to talk about in a little bit. I believe.
The Mega Size Zaku.
Yeah, I think that was either like Malaysia, maybe Thailand, Taiwan, someplace like that. We'll get to it. I know it's coming up a little bit later, but very much in the same style. Kind of that mural painting on the parts kind of style, and it's pretty impressive for a painter,
Yeah. Yes, agreed. A lot of work. It's just not the typical kind of work that we usually see going into these kits, but I'm sure it's a lot of hours and hours of work painting all of that.
Yeah.
And a massive amount of talent too.
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. What's after Italy?
After Italy is Japan.
Ah, here we go. Somewhat of a controversial win.
May won for the junior category again. Josh, you met her, and Tim, you met her too.
Yeah, met her and her brothers and sisters. Yeah, they're really cool.
I honestly, I don't know if I did meet her meet her, like talk to her or shake hands with her. But she was definitely there. It was a little bit overwhelming, so
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to say hi, especially to the juniors, which was disappointing. But so this is a weird winner from Japan, considering all of the quote unquote creative entries that we've seen, winning in a lot of countries, and especially having creative builds in Japan, and especially the second place winner, who was GBWC World Champion last year with a nice creative build. This was kind of out of left field for a lot of people here, guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, if you stack next to the winners, like photos of the winners from all the other countries, it stands out as being different, doesn't it?
Yeah, and not to discount the skill of the execution of the piece, because it's a very, very well done piece, and it's subtle too, but it's just it seems out of place.
Yeah, I gotta say, after seeing it in person, though, it looks really, really good in person.
yeah?
I was just about, somebody in the chat said seeing it in person was great, and I'm like, did you really? You were there, of course you saw it. But yeah, man, tell us about this.
Hey, yeah, that's Ricardo in the chat. He
Mhm.
saw and said it was the clear winner, so I'll take his word for it. I mean, just looking at the cutaways and everything, that was definitely a challenge, and they look well done.
Can you tell us about it, Zach?
Yeah, I agree. It's the details that are a little bit harder to see in the photos, but when you can see like all the details and everything, it's really super clean, and the details are really well done compared to some of the other ones that I saw. Personally, I think it was called like the Beehive or whatever with all the Thunderbolt GMs. That was my favorite personally, but and the detail on that was super good as well. But some of the other ones that like looked really detailed, when you saw up close, the details weren't quite as nice as this one. So that's why I think this one maybe snuck out over the other ones.
And was the GP nicely detailed as well?
Yeah, actually, I only saw it from the back, so I couldn't see the GP that closely. But it's the real grade, so
oh, great.
It's going to be more detailed.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and this may be just pure rumor, but wasn't this an online entry?
I don't know. Ricardo would know.
Yeah, I thought I heard that from somewhere, but I can't confirm it.
When I was there, unfortunately, just when we got there, the ceremony they were just preparing for the ceremony, so we couldn't enter that area. And so, but I could see all the entries just from the back. So unfortunately, I couldn't really see it too clearly. So I couldn't see like the front tells you where each part is from, which province or online or whatever. So I didn't see that information.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Zach, after seeing it, can you see why this one would get first? Basically, just the meticulous detail on the kind of finish.
Yeah, it was really good. I think the Cassie was really cool as well, just because of how much was scratch built on that. But it definitely didn't have as much detail. I really liked that for the fact that it didn't have that much detail. It had a more stylistic look to it in that way. But that one, I can understand why that was the winner. Yeah.
So here's second place. Now, this is from the gentleman that won the World Championship last year. And looking at this, the quality of it looks to be on the same level of the one he took last year, to be honest with you, if not better. So I'm shocked.
Those snake heads, incredible.
Yeah. And it's creative, which is obviously what the trend was this year too. So I was floored when this came in second.
How'd this one look close up, Zach? Is it nice?
Yeah, it wasn't really to my personal taste.
Yeah.
I think that I mean, I wouldn't say that this one is looked as intricate as his one last year. I think his entry last year, and Tim saw that one in person as well when he was there. That was just amazing, just details everywhere. This one, I don't think it was. I wouldn't say personally that it was on the same level as that. But yeah, still a huge amount of work and detail and everything going into that.
Yeah.
And we've just had David David Chaco Falcon. He says that,
I was just about to say.
Like other countries, Japan get the public to vote. His score was pushed up by public voting. It was a close competition for top 3. He saw the scorecard somewhere on Twitter. So if that's a thing, that's what I was thinking about the Dendrobium, is because when I was over there, I met a guy. We kind of bonded over Gunpla near the Gundam base, and he showed me. He goes, "Man, I've got the DVD of Dendrobium," and I'd never seen it before, and he was just in love with this thing. So maybe the Japanese Gundam fans really love the Dendro, and so seeing their that machine so detailed, maybe that's why it got some extra votes and got bumped up.
It's possible. Yeah. I'm surprised though that they, if it's true, I'm surprised that they let them vote, like a public vote. It's just kind of odd, and it's different obviously from most other countries too. At least here, in the US, there's no public voting system. It's all judged. So that's kind of odd. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what percent
Yeah.
is what percent of the winner is based on the judges versus the voting. I'm sure it's not all voting.
Yeah, it might be like if they can't decide between first and second, if there's a unanimous vote for one of those, then they might pump it up. Yeah.
Or if it's a separate winner entirely.
Yeah.
Or separate. Yeah.
I mean, I hope
I'm not sure.
I hope it doesn't, factor too much. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's something else. I'm sure. Ricardo, you said Ricardo's in the chat. I'm sure he can also answer that probably.
Yeah. And he just actually said something. Yeah, all the finalists are decided by the public, but the kits are on display in stores. Once it's at the finals, it's up to the judges. Okay. It's still kind of an interesting take, but it's Japan. What are you going to do? Cool. All right. So what came in third in Japan?
Third is this one.
The nature.
Whoa.
This is one I can just tell you from seeing is that you need to see this one from all around as well.
Yeah.
Because there's kits around on the back of it
I like
as well.
the echoes of kits.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. That's insane. The three
That's
on
cool.
the
That's almost like Lance's Australia win from last year, with the different modes of Trans Am. It's very similar to that, yeah.
Yeah, that black and white. What is that? See, kind of on the bottom right. What is that?
Yeah, Exia.
Yeah. That white version behind it. That looks rad.
And now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and or Zach, I know you saw this, but isn't that like a almost like a medical model of a spinal column in there or something like that?
I didn't notice that when I saw it, but now
like
that you mentioned it, it does look like that.
Yeah, I thought I saw that on online, and like it was like a kind of like a resin cast of a medical model or something like that.
Hang on a second, guys. Let me.
Yeah.
My wife is calling me into the other room. I'll just open up the winner here for Malaysia. You guys can talk about this. I'll be right back.
Cool.
That's Junior though.
I know.
They hold the lives of their country's citizens. Each punch they throw is to protect. They carry the future of their country, and they won't give up.
Man.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
That is a bulky-looking, maybe G Gundam. I mean, I don't know if it looks like a G Gundam head with the Gushan shoulders and everything.
Hey guys, hang on just a minute.
Yeah.
Because I've got to step out here for a few minutes, so I'll just give the screen. Maybe Simon or one of you other guys, can you open up?
Yeah, I've got it open.
Yeah, cool.
If I leave, and I won't be able to change the image for you guys.
Yeah, rocking.
So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Cool.
Simon is presenting. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you, Zach.
Okay, let me just
You better not stuff this up, Simon.
No pressure. I'm just gonna screen it. 1 sec. I'm gonna get a bit of Doctor Who going on. 1 sec. All right, what do we get to?
What are we? Malaysia? Yeah.
Malaysia. Okay.
Yeah, we're halfway there. We've got 11 minutes.
We might
11 minutes.
have to skip to maybe just doing the winners or something like that. Just the first.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Yep.
Now this was that was the A winner, that one. That was not the representative though. Is there a B winner? Oh, there it is. Yeah.
And Simon,
so this actually. Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
Full screen at all, or not really?
How's that? Is that better?
That's a bit better. People in the chat watching, yeah.
Cool. Now this was the last of the GBWC's this actually just got picked. What, last weekend or the weekend before?
Yeah.
So this was the last of the competitions, and I actually follow this gentleman on Instagram. And I believe he goes by King Layet, or something around that. And this is a pretty cool piece. I dig this. Somewhat of a dynamic looking scene. With the Zaku getting blasted in the gut there. I dig
I
it.
like the graffiti on their buildings here.
Yeah.
Nice little touch.
Yeah.
The weather 7-Eleven action going on there too. And at the lower left.
What'd you say?
A little 7-Eleven action going on down there in the lower left.
Yeah.
Nice little touch.
And once again, it implies the couple seconds that happened before, with the GM coming through the building, and the Zaku maybe landing on top or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
The weathering on the building is great.
Like it was being led into that situation.
Yeah. Like the one GM is jumping out of the way as the other one's firing just in the nick of time. Very cool.
It's just coming off.
Yeah. And I like how the cannon on the Zaku is in the middle of firing. The smoke and everything's coming out of it. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Nice touch.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. All right, good deal. So let's talk about what's after Malaysia.
After Malaysia. Let's go. We're doing Philippines.
There we go.
And let's have a look. It's junior. Let's get to. Is this a winner? This is a winner, isn't it?
That is not the winner. No, that's Open A.
Senior winner.
There it is. That back one.
There we go.
That's the winner.
Oh yeah.
They could have taken a better picture.
Yeah, this picture is just absolutely horrible compared to what this thing looks like.
God, turn the flash off.
Yeah. This is by Mark, and he's a 2-time Philippines champion. I met him last year. Really, really good guy. Very talented modeler. This thing looks really, really sick because it's basically like a double-sized Barbatos. The legs are kind of like 2 Barbatos legs put together in height and size.
Wow.
And this thing's big and it's and it's just kind of bad looking. It's just really, really cool.
Yeah, some lovely detail as well.
Yeah, it's just a really, really big shame that the picture is just so terrible of this.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It does not do it justice at all. Poor Mark. Cool. All right, so after Philippines, we're rushing, guys, in the chat. We are moving our way through here because we still have to give predictions and all that.
Singapore, we are what?
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just
almost like it's 3D rendered.
Yes,
man, this thing is so beautiful. And David's in the chat, guys. Chocolate Falcon is his name on the chat. Give him some love because this thing took him 3 years to build, and if anybody knows how a long build like that takes, I know I can definitely relate. Man, this thing is just beautiful. He puts so much work into it, so much modifications and scratch building on this thing. If he doesn't place in top 3, then there's no justice in this world. I'll be the first one to say that.
There's just so much depth and contrast, and those little pipe details in the skirt. It's wow.
Can you zoom up at all, Simon? With the plus button? Does that work? Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, there we go.
Have a closer look. Yeah. Wow.
So many levels.
The and the I don't know, they almost look like eyes on the skirt there. it makes it look like a little bit like an octopus. I'm sure David. But I keep seeing these eyes, and they just look scary and tough.
And like Simon, I cannot unsee that now. Jeez.
Yeah. I gotta not tell that to the Japanese judges. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But man, I mean, he put so much work into this, and he put so many model kits into this thing. Obviously, there's a Neo Zeong, which is a crazy expensive kit. There's a Sazabi Verka. There's a Sinanju, either Verka or regular release. I don't know which one. And just so much work that went into this thing. It's incredible.
It's these tiny little green parts here as well.
Yeah. And the painting is just all the separation.
And seeing something that's had this much time put into it, 3 years, and all the kits and everything, having it end up the polish on it being top shelf, that's really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing to that long, but to have the final result be this clean and well done. Wow.
Fantastic.
It's really cool. Really cool. Well done, David. Well done, my friend.
Very well done.
Yeah. All right, good deal. So what's after the winner of GBWC?
David in the chat said, haha, you found the hidden concept, Josh.
Yeah. Nice.
Should we go on to
South Korea?
South Korea.
Yeah.
We're looking at this one. Whoa.
Yes. The
I remember
chromed out Sazabi.
What, like over the past year and a bit, I think, seeing posts on Instagram of this one being done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, this is just an in-person entry. Yeah, I think photos just can't do anything. This would have to be in person to see this one.
I agree.
It's the finish on it is quite astonishing.
Yeah.
How I couldn't even begin to figure out how to get it that shiny.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if the builder sanded and modded the parts and then sent them away to get plated, or if it was actually paint. I'm not too sure.
Wow.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Mm.
I have to give him points on execution and finish. It's not in my, aesthetic realm of likes, but there's absolutely no loss of respect for craftsmanship in this. I mean, that is just to pull that finish off. I mean, you've got to know what you're doing.
And every single piece has been reshaped and drilled and almost intricately carved, scrolling in woodwork. It's unbelievable. Yeah,
and he's got to be. I think you said what, a year and a half working on this thing at least.
I just remember it about a year and a bit ago, seeing photos of it getting worked on. So it could be 2 years or something.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a long time, but it's been a work in progress for quite a while.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not sure about the base there with the little LED things sitting there.
Yeah, they almost look like Lego parts.
I was just about to say they look like Lego parts.
All right, cool. I'm not the only crazy one. Good deal. All right. So what's after this? This was South Korea. What's next?
Taiwan. Oh no, that's not it.
No, I think this is the wing, isn't it?
This one.
The wing carrier. Oh no, this was the mega size. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just recently released his Whip album, and it's been posted on Facebook and stuff too. And there's not a ton of mods to the actual model, but the artistry that went into all of the murals is second to none. Massive respect on that level of talent in terms of getting the artwork, and then also looking at the weathering too, to get kind of that dusty, dirty feel, especially on the legs and things. Well executed.
That must have been quite nerve-wracking going over that paint job.
Oh, yep.
Oh, I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Well,
And it's a shame because the best part of it is the shield. Because there's a mural of Shar with his Zaku behind him, and then the Xeon flag behind that, and it just came out spectacularly. It's hard to see the murals in this, so if you guys haven't seen his whip, man, check out some Facebook pages like Waylander, Toymaker. Those guys I know have probably posted this gentleman's whip. For the Zaku. Check it out. It's really impressive paintwork.
This would be the kind of kit that they could make as a figure, and people would buy the crap out of it as like a display piece. Because you just have all the from the characters all over the Zaku.
And like a statue or something. Yeah.
I love how dusty it looks. That blue leg and the red leg are so dusty. Give me more dusty.
Know, right? I knew you would love that. I mean, that's just so well done.
And that one kind of borders on to talk about concepts and what is GBWC entries. This borders on more like an art piece as opposed to a Gunpla entry in my mind. But it's impressive itself. But that does, it is kind of an interesting sort of difference. Yeah.
And I think a lot of the winners this year have been more bordering on art pieces, and it's anyway, let's move on.
Cool.
I don't want to get off on a tangent. We have no time. All right. So after Thailand, we have Thailand is up next. Is this the wing? This is the wing. Wing carrying a wing.
Guys.
Yeah.
Zach.
Hey.
Always back.
Yeah, back. Oh, Noah had a diarrhea disaster. I had to help clean up.
No.
Yeah,
you mean Zach? You had a diarrhea disaster?
Dude, shut up.
We're live, Zach, right?
You can edit that out, right? No.
Yeah, right.
No, but you guys can. I think I can leave, and just whenever you guys are all out, it'll just end, right?
Yeah, sure.
If I close it.
No, don't close it because
it'll
shut
just
off.
Stop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. So I mean, like, turn off your camera or something like that, I would say.
And then it'll just like keep going, because we're gonna get ready to leave to go out here pretty soon.
No.
Go ahead and take him.
Stay logged in, and then just turn off your camera and mic, and you should be good.
Okay.
Like up at the top, how it has the controls when you hover up at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, just mute your mic and then turn the camera off, and then you should be good.
Then we'll just have like it'll just go on for a long time, just blank.
You probably log in on your phone, maybe after the end. You cancel it from there. Does that work?
Or whatever.
Maybe.
You can trim it in YouTube later. Okay. So what I can do is just come back.
Yeah, there you go.
Later, just cut off all the blank hour at the end.
Yeah, it'll go black.
They'll just stop watching anyway. Yeah.
Just let people know.
9 hour cast.
You guys can go over and just let people know when you're done that it's actually over, even though the video won't end.
Yeah.
Rock and roll. We'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Marvel Justice League secret scene at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just come back at the very end of the stream,
cool.
Great. After 2 hours of black screen.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, guys, have fun. We're off. We're gonna take him to the hospital.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, Zach. Hope everybody feels better.
Yeah, guess we'll soon.
All right.
Okay, so the wing with wings. Man,
Wing on wing action here.
clouds are great. I can't imagine how hard it would be to get clouds to not look fake and super bad.
Yeah.
That's well done.
And I'm surprised that I'm about to say this, but I actually like the wing in that kind of odd green color.
Oh, very much.
Yeah.
It's new. It's kind of a new color take on it, and I dig it.
It's very airy.
Yeah.
Which it makes it look, I guess, heavenly and even cloudy itself.
Yeah.
That's a definite.
Hmm.
I've never been one for just the wing design in general. The connector points from the wings to the suit just seems so. It's almost like they've been kit bashed on, and that's like from the actual kit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great.
They're a bit out of place. Yeah.
I think the artistic direction of this kit is really, really well done. The whole piece, you know, the clouds are kind of perfect, and you know, just kind of the intent of the piece is well executed. You know, because I mean, obviously the larger wing Gundam is kind of I guess an angel taking the dead little wing Gundam, I guess to heaven or what have you. So I think it's pretty damn well executed there.
Although somebody's mentioning in the chat, they might be right. Simon, can you zoom up on the legs of the big kit? Are they like Grimgird legs or something?
Oh,
Whoop.
Simon, one job.
I'm trying. I'm using a magic
look at
mouse.
that.
It's nearly impossible.
Oh, nice.
That's why it keeps going all over the place.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I think that person's right. Those look like Grimgirds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the shape of the thigh and the knee, the side of the knee, those are absolutely Grimgird legs, modified, but they are Grimgird.
Oh man, this makes me want to paint pastel color schemes. Gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it looks slightly modulated too,
Yeah, it does.
especially like on the thighs there.
And
Yeah.
delicate gold on the bottom as well. They could have put gold a lot over the kit, but it's well placed.
Yeah.
It's just on the trim. I think it's a nice touch.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Surprisingly impressive, this piece. It looks simple from the outside, but then once you start to really look at it, surprisingly subtle and just has a nice intricacy to it, you know? Well done, sir, whoever
Well done, man.
did
from
this.
Thailand.
Yeah. All right.
Well done.
From Thailand. All right. Good sir from Thailand. All right. What's after Thailand? Let's see. What do we got? Oh, okay. Here we go.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Yeah, give us some zooming.
I'll be honest with you guys. I've seen this in person. It's well executed.
Yeah,
Sorry?
What's the finish like? Like on the paint and everything? Really good finish?
It looks great. The finish looks spectacular.
Yeah.
Okay. Well painted. Very well painted. It's not my cup of tea aesthetically.
Yeah, same.
That's about all I'm going to say about it.
So I'm thinking now looking at it, because it's not my cup of tea as well. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what would I change to make it more my cup of tea? And it would be have some pieces taken away, like the big orange hands coming out to the side, not have those, not have the orange wings on the back and the green blade, and simplify the kit down so it's kind of the main MS. And that might have been a bit more of a targeted concept to me. I would have liked it a lot more if it didn't have the extra stuff on the outside.
It's still got some pretty amazing detail, especially on the shins.
Yeah. Can you zoom up for me? It's just a bit small for me, yeah. You're probably working with some massive 4K monitor.
Yeah, he's quite large.
Yeah.
That's what she
How's
said.
that? Is that better?
Yeah, maybe even one more, just so I can get just a little bit closer.
I don't think it's going to let me.
Yeah, okay, no, that's good.
There we go.
Oh yeah, so like Barbatos arms and Barbatos legs.
Yeah, those trim pieces on the legs and in other places is actually jewelry, like rings and things like that.
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
And that's one where if I notice something that's from the real world, it brings me out of the illusion. And so jewelry like that, of course, instantly does that to me. Same as chains, like little jewelry kind of style chains. So that's a distraction point for me for this one.
And one of the things that I've noticed recently about this piece is on the arms where the big hands are. And I honestly, I didn't notice it at New York Comic Con. But are those massive seam lines going down the middle, or do you think are those panel lines? I'm not sure. Hard to say. Yeah, right there. That. Yeah.
It depends if they've given them an extra kind of like chisel edge along the outside to make them look like they're panel lines, or if they are a seam line. Not too sure.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I think they're intended by the uniformity and everything. But it looks to a layman, it looks like a seam line, to be honest.
Yeah, I would have put a couple little details next to the panel line so it makes it look more like a panel line, not a seam line.
True.
Yeah. Wow.
I quite like this kind of regal looking gun here.
It is very regal, yes. My embellished barrel.
It's an embellished barrel.
Wow. Yeah, all I can kind of say is wow. Definitely not to my taste, but man, this thing will sell magazine covers, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I heard second place was a pretty good model.
Second place? I don't recall. I don't recall who that is. Have we got time to look at that?
Nah. Now let's move on.
Yeah.
This one here.
Oh, this thing.
Some guy made this.
So this is your first time weathering like this, Tim?
Yeah, it is.
Did you like it? Was it fun?
It was a lot of fun, to be surprised. I found it very cathartic, honestly.
Yeah,
because it's just it's very simple weathering that I did, with just a sponge, and just going around.
Just right.
What's that?
Just right. I think you got it just right for this, for the feel of the model.
Yeah, I wanted something. I wanted it to look beat up, battle worn and tested, and but yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Anyway, moving on. Let's look at winners photos here, guys. Actual winners, not second place. Vietnam.
Yep.
There we go. Another first year country here.
Yeah.
And look at that X. Or is this the double X? I can never.
I think it's.
I can never tell.
It's a double because it's got two
X's.
Two X's.
Dos Equis.
Dos Equis. Man, the loose shaping on this, it's super polygonal.
I know, I like it, especially like on the legs.
That's a great word, polygonal. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. When I thought of it, like it's like from the Nintendo 64 or something like that.
And I like the head too. It's very angular and polygonal.
You got Simon?
Say what now?
Can you give me a couple zoom ups, Simon?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
wow.
And surprisingly, this thing beat Seth Tuna's from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Seth Tuna came in second place to this. So this is, we all know Seth Tuna. He's an amazing painter and a very, very highly skilled builder and things. He's known more for his painting, I think. But the mods and things that he did to his entry this year were really, really impressive. So this, to beat, such a renowned builder's work, this thing has got to be impressive in person. It's impressive just looking at it in this picture. It's got to be super impressive in person.
Also picked out all the angles with a bit, like tiny bit of weathering.
Yeah.
Just picked out all those edges.
Like Naoki level. Just a touch.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, and the red on the torso, that looks like kind of, you get the side muscles. When we were like 15, we had those side muscles. Those little muscle things on the side. Yeah. Man,
Hmm.
yeah, I like this one.
Yeah,
Do we
this
have
is cool.
Do we have Seth Tune's entry here?
Yeah, there
Oh,
it
there-
is.
Yeah,
Is this it?
that's it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's
And
That's
it's not even, this isn't even a
special.
good picture too, because it's not showing the whole thing.
It's still quite amazing, especially this piping here.
His paint work is just
Flawless.
so damn good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you guys follow him on like Instagram and stuff, I mean, he's constantly creating new paint techniques. I mean, the guy just knows his shit when it comes to painting. It's incredible.
I find this is more a complicated visual entry than the winner. So I like the winner more in that sense. This one's got a lot going on color wise, but that's his aim for sure.
No, I totally agree. His work is always contrasty. Yeah. So I definitely agree with you there, Josh.
Oh man.
I like
Once
this.
again, how does he not damage
sky blue?
Yeah, the sky blue is cool. It's like
And the other cool thing is, like, do you see the clear connecting pipes between the add-ons, how the LEDs are coming out of that?
Through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Such a nice touch.
Oh man.
Such a nice touch. Very cool. All right. So is that the last one, Simon?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, we ripped through those.
We did. Yeah.
Good deal. Well, not looking at second, third entries in half of them probably, so there's a lot of time. So if you came in second or third in the latter countries, we are sorry that we didn't review yours, but just ran out of time. Yeah. So all right, guys. Now the big question here: predictions. 1, 2, and 3. What do we think?
Well, let's do it. Definitely top 3 for
That's my winner. That's my pick anyway.
That's my world champion too.
Wow, man! If he wins it, holy crap! Wow.
I would be so happy for David if he wins.
Oh yeah. Okay, what are some other notable winners? I got to get my brain back in remembering we've seen so many.
Sure. Okay.
Kieran's from Australia.
Australia?
Yeah.
Get to Canada. Canada's entry.
Yep. Zaku.
China. Where is it? No, that's junior. China.
Yep. Okay.
I think that's a contender. I think. Personally.
I gotta do some notes for myself. Okay.
France.
Yep. France. Yep.
Yeah. Hong Kong. No, sorry.
That's the winner. Sorry, David Liu. That's the winner.
That was hilarious.
It was pretty awesome.
I want to clip out that bit of video when we're done. That's just fantastic. Was it Hong Kong?
This is Hong Kong, yeah.
Yep.
Hong Kong, yeah.
I call this the Bay former from my memory, so I can remember.
Ooh, I think, yeah, I'm edging towards this one possibly.
Me too.
It's pointy.
Now, of course, there's what our personal choice would be, and then also if we were to bet $1,000, what we think would win.
Right. This was Indonesia.
Yep.
Wow, there's loads. Italy. Italy.
Ricardo.
Yummy. Japan.
Oh yeah, the Dendro. That's right.
Good old Dendro.
Dendro dogs.
Malaysia. Yes, this one.
Yep.
Lovely die.
Mm.
Philippines.
Good clicking, Simon.
I know he's clicking like a master here.
Terrible photography one, but
Yeah. Funny if when displaying it, they put like 10 lights around it, so it looks like that in real life.
Yeah. The whites are totally blown out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Singapore, yeah.
David's octopus.
Oh, that's so nice. South Korea.
Oh yeah, the silver Sinanji.
Chromed out.
The transparent Sinanju.
That's icy.
Taiwan. Nope.
Oh, not that one. Nope, not that one.
Where is it?
The
That's the one.
accidental clicks. They could put one of the other good entries. No, it shows these crazy ones.
The juniors.
Wait, so I keep clicking on the junior entries. They're all very good. We're not laughing at them. We're laughing at my terrible mistakes.
No, it's just the timing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was Thailand.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And USA.
And then USA, yeah.
Nope.
Thanks for that, Simon.
Okay, that was USA.
I feel that was on purpose.
Not at all. Okay. And here is Vietnam.
Okay, I'm working out my choices. Okay, 1, 2. Ooh.
All right, I got my 3. Who wants to go first?
Oh, I'm just coming up with my 3. You can go, Tim, if you want.
Cool. Hands down winner, David Liu, Singapore. That's my prediction. Hands down winner. The thing's beautiful. There's nothing else like it in the winner's circle right now. The technical execution on this is absolutely flawless. The paint work looks amazing. The modifications are masterful, and the presentation is just spectacular. It's a breathtaking piece that he worked extremely hard to build, and hands down, this is my winner. This is absolutely my winner. Second place goes to Japan, and third place goes to Vietnam with a surprising third place. Vietnam's XX. Those are my 3.
Yep. Yeah.
We're getting too fast.
Sorry, Simon.
Well,
yeah. Mine are pretty much the same. Maybe not Vietnam. I might go for Hong Kong, I think.
Hong Kong. Okay.
I think this third.
Yeah. I had that kind of in my top 5.
So
that
I think
and Thailand I also had in kind of my top 5.
Yeah. So this third, the Singapore first, second Japan.
Yeah, I have David first, and I can't decide between Hong Kong and Japan for second and third. It depends on what they're looking for and what.
That's true.
Yeah, but the judges, it's a big panel of all the judges from the magazines and stuff.
Yeah. I think the judges from the magazines are probably a little bit more traditional in judging than Bandai is currently. Let's put it that way. I think the editors from Hobby Japan, Dengeki, and Hobby Graphics, Model Graphics. Sorry. I think their tastes tend toward the traditional high craftsmanship of modeling rather than the kind of artistic trend that Bandai has kind of propagated.
Because even with Wins a couple of years ago, his was very artistic and very creative, but it was meticulously done. So I still think in the end, the meticulousness comes out as the main focus. So if the double X is like flawless, I would love that to get a placing, just to show that doing a re-concept like that is appreciated and valued. Yeah. And as long as that Bayformer, that Hong Kong one, if that's meticulous, then I reckon that's in the top 3 for sure as well.
Yeah. And what's shocking, all 3 of us have picked technical builds as the winners.
Oh, okay.
Have you noticed that? All 3 of them are technical builds.
Yeah.
The Hong Kong, I mean,
Artistic.
except for the Hong Kong, that is one that I normally wouldn't pick. I never would have bet myself to pick that one to be in the top 3. Yeah. But no, it definitely shows that I like this Dendrobian and I like David's as well.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it just kind of. Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
I really like the double X. I don't think it's going to be in the top 3 though, but I want it to be really, really big.
Yeah. Yeah.
As an underdog.
Yeah. Man, oh man, it's going to be an interesting year, guys.
And David
and judging.
David in the chat at the award ceremony, they cut to you when it's your country. So there'll be Singapore, and you get to stand up. The camera comes on. You better come up with something funny to do when they cut the camera to your face.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm expecting something big, David.
Just hold up a sign that says "Hi, Gunpla Talk." You can do it for us, David. Come on, man.
All 5 of you are my idols.
Yeah, that would be great. But real quick, I mean, do you guys want to talk about judging, or do you think we just want to kind of end it here?
I can take a little bit on judging. It's made me realize with the competition, I know what I would like to have winning, and that would be the kind of super meticulous, mechanical, realistic style. But I do get that the competition possibly goes through waves of preferred flavors or trends and things like that. So I'm seeing the competition differently in that sense, if that kind of makes sense. Yeah.
I absolutely agree. And I think Josh and I, obviously and others, but on here, Josh and I do have kind of a unique view of GBWC, since obviously we've, kind of been there and represented our countries. So we've kind of had the opportunity to, I guess, see the machine from the inside, so to speak, and kind of the ebb and flow of what's trending and what's marketing. And Josh and I, we've had, a pretty good conversation, privately about these things. And, I think Josh, like we've said in that, it's more come to be overwhelmingly geared toward marketing rather than a true model competition here recently. I mean, it's just kind of the way that it is, Yeah,
it's something that I never realized. I never thought of it that way, but now that I think about it, it totally makes sense. Because they are a company, and this competition costs tons of money to put on, and so they want to use it as a promotion tool. And you put My Zeta on a magazine cover, you're going to get a very small amount of the Gunpla population going, cool, I'll buy that magazine. You put a different one on the front, and you're going to sell a lot more. So I totally understand that. Mine is for a select few of appreciative builders. Yeah.
And I think I could probably say that my work is kind of in that same silo, if you will. Very technical, and it's not for everybody.
No. And I was recently in Dubai, and I judged a competition there, and being on the judging side really changes your perspective on just the whole process of a competition. The number 1 winner was a PGGM. So the builder, insane quality, intricate detail, super mechanical, flawless. It didn't excite me as much as it would have maybe a couple of years ago, even though it's totally up the alley of what I like to actually build. So I was noticing myself as a judge. It was like Judge Josh was different to normal Josh. I wasn't as excited by his build, but I'm like, this guy definitely gets first place for his quality and the work that he's put into it. But I'm like, if I saw something like this next year, I can't give it first place because I've kind of already seen that before, and I want to see something new. So it was interesting for me to feel that myself. It's the concept of, do we forget who's won in the past and look at each new competition as if it's the first competition? or do we remember what's happened and who's won and bring that into account for the judging for the next one? So that concept was something that I worked out while I was over there. So I think that's really interesting for myself, if that kind of makes sense.
No, to me, I mean, it totally makes 100% sense. I mean, personally, I wish, and honestly, I don't want to make it sound like sour grapes. Obviously, I came in second, and there is granted a bit of sting, to coming in second. But when I say that the judging seems to, have meandered a bit from the craftsmanship side of things, it is clearly evident throughout the world that a lot of the winning entries have diminished in quality level, from years past, and the artistic kind of features have kind of increased, as opposed to years past. Last year, I mean, there were incredibly painted and meticulously crafted and modified and things like that, and this year I don't see that same skill level, that same level of craftsmanship. And it's a shame, because I really wish it had a constant kind of, I guess, judging criteria and skill level. So.
And I like, Simon, you're having to do all the facial expressions for the show.
yeah, that too. Simon keeps us entertained.
I can only speak to the Australian ones, because those are the ones I've seen in person. Oh yeah, what do you got, Simon?
I was going to say I'll do interpretive dance. What do you?
This year were really rocking, and they were getting down. Come on, I'm giving you all these words for you to dance to. Yeah, there you go.
I'm the worst so I can on the planet, believe me.
I can only speak to the Australian entries because they're the only ones I saw in person. The reason why there are different tastes of mine, but the choices I'm like there, I support those choices because they were flawless. Like Kieran's, there was nothing wrong with that entry at all. It's top quality. Same with Lance's. The paint was flawless, and it's 100% gloss kit. And James's, the attention to detail was just off the charts as well. So even though the creativity angle was something that Kawaguchi said for the Australian one, he said that's what they were looking for. And I do agree that it would be nice to know what kind of focus they're looking for ahead of time, so that people can skew their builds if they want to actually try and win. But the Australian entries, they were quality. So those are the only ones I can really talk to because I saw them in person.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Well, here's to hoping that maybe next year GBWC will have a nice good reset and maybe make the judging criteria public. Maybe adopt some uniformed itemized judging criteria, hopefully, rather than a kind of somewhat vague 100-point per category judging criteria like it has been. We can only hope.
I guess this is a bit of a lesson for entering competitions. I did chat about this in Dubai when I had a workshop, talking about what my experience was like, and it shows that you can enter a competition and use the competition as a challenge for you to try new things, push your level. Like this year with the Zeta, I tried to get my paint as flawless as possible, which I've never done before, and I'm really satisfied. If I didn't have the competition, I probably wouldn't have strived as much for that. So using a competition like that, I think, is really good. But there's nothing wrong with trying to enter the competition to try and get gold. And just know that if you are trying to win, that the competition can change from the time you start working on your entry to by the time the judges get around. So it is like kind of a changing beast, if that makes sense. So just realize what you're getting into, that it is judged by people, and their taste can change.
Agreed. Well, for what it's worth, brother, your Zeta is absolutely your magnum opus so far. I love the thing.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I still love it the best. Yeah, more than my second.
Good deal.
Okay, grab the PDF.
Absolutely, the PDF. Yes.
Got a great
call,
story in it as well.
Good call. But all right, so hey, let's wrap this puppy up because this is probably the longest show we've ever had. This is 2.5 hours here, folks. Been a good show full of nice models and diarrhea stories. So real quick before we go, I wanted to kind of touch on something just real quick, and I won't take long. Something a good friend of mine, Brax, Gundam Nerd on Instagram, had he does live streams and things like that, and he kind of had a really interesting live stream a little bit before the show, about an hour or two before the show, and he had mentioned kind of an initiative called Builders Supporting Builders, BSB. And the intent is just to basically give love, and give support to your fellow builders, and help them out if they need help, or even just give them a shout out, just something as easy as that. And I thought it was a really, really wonderful sentiment. And quite frankly, I'd like to give a couple quick shout outs just to help support people and kind of get people out there to know people. So first, obviously, would be Brax, aka Gundam Nerd, and then Irad, who is the owner of the Gundam Kitchen in Blackwood, New Jersey. Now, the both of them are on Real World Gunpla. It's a kind of a new show on YouTube, and if you haven't seen it, it's funny as hell. It's like a quick half-hour show. They cover different topics and stuff like that, and these two are amazing. These two are my boys, and I love them to death. So shout out to those guys. All of the members of those Gundam guys, they keep doing Southern California Gundam modeling competition year in and year out, and it always grows. And man, those guys are great. Mike Boggle. If you've not heard of Mike, follow him on Instagram. He's a cosplayer. He is a wonderful Gundam modeler, and he sent me recently some prints and some stickers. And man, his models are just increasing so well in quality and presentation. He's an amazing person. Real quick, Andrew Young, here from the U.S. Wonderful, great young builder. Andrew, keep working very, very hard. Man, Ryan down in Australia, Ryan San Pedro, man.
Yeah, Ryan.
What an amazing dude. I mean, the parties and everything he throws for you guys, I wish I had the money to fly down to Australia and party with you guys. Holy hell. He posted some amazing videos from the Christmas party, and I tell you what, man, that just looks like the place to be. So shout out to Ryan. What an awesome, amazing person to have as kind of a leader of that group, and really also kind of the head of the distributor down there too.
Yeah.
Just
He
awesome.
has such a passion for the hobby. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. He is so excited all the time. It looked awesome. I have to give a shout out to Mr. Xavier Lim, our good friend of the show. Xavier has worked so very hard promoting GBWC and just getting the word out on Gundam here in the US. I believe this year is kind of the last year he's going to be involved with the actual process of GBWC. He's still going to be, I think, with Bluefin, but he's just taking on kind of a lateral, another role within the company. So Xavier, from the bottom of all of our US hearts, thank you so much for everything that you've done for the community in the US and bringing Gundam to the US. Kevin Zhang, go buy his book, Clash of the Titans. What is his book called? Deities. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Kevin. Go pick up his book. He's awesome. And also to my boys, David, Lou, Ricardo, Mark, good luck in GBWC, gentlemen. And make me proud. I wish I could be there with you. That's all I got.
Good show, guys.
Anybody else want to do some shout outs? Anybody you want to say hi to and support?
Off the top of my head, probably FIL, the Metal Modeler. You're on YouTube.
Cool.
You know Don Jeff?
I don't know
Check
that.
out his work.
Oh,
I
cool.
do not know him. I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, he's been on YouTube for quite a long time now. But he's kind of like one of these guys who's under the radar, but a very talented modeler. So,
Oh wow, okay,
check him out.
Yeah, very cool. Maybe post a link or something like that.
I can do. I'll find it. I'll supply it to Zach afterwards. We'll put it in the description below.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Josh, any shout outs that you want to do?
Shout outs. Shout out probably to Scott Goes to Xeon. I'm up in Brisbane. I'm in a different state from him. And he just had his SMS Modeler Supply paints and gear at the Brisbane store now. So we're going to get up here in Queensland nice and easy. So anybody here in Brisbane, head out to Hobbyrama and support Scott. He's doing that all himself. It's freaking rad. So yeah, big shout out to him. And of course, shout out to the Sydney guys, the GBWC, and everybody who comes around from all around Australia. It sucks that I only get to see them once a year for the GBWC, but it's still worth it. So yeah, shout out to all those guys. Love you guys. And this hobby is terrible and not fun at all. And it brings me.
Oh man, all right, good deal. Hey, it's a good way to end the last show of the year, you know. So to everybody out there, I want to wish everybody a happy holidays. For those of you going to be in Japan next week, best of luck to you. Guys, do you want to do plugs or do you want to call it quits?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Josh Dara, and I just put out a version 2 of my book. Still the same price. Whatever you want to pay for it, go and grab it. Yeah, and enjoy it. And Merry Christmas to everybody.
Awesome. Simon?
Yep, you can follow me on GundamUK.com and here on YouTube as Gundam UK. And you can visit us at the Mecha Lounge, which is one of the last remaining Mecha forums out there.
That's so cool.
Nice.
Just hanging on.
Good stuff. Hey, on behalf of Justin and Jim, who and Zach, who couldn't finish it out and everything, check out ZakuAurelius on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that. Subscribe to his channel if you're already here. Why not? Justinius Builds on Facebook, Instagram, maybe some Twitter, YouTube as well. He's got some great videos. Go check him out. And then also Jim Gunpla Fixation on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of that good stuff too. Check all those guys out. Love those guys. Happy holidays to them. As for me, Child of Mecha, Facebook, Instagram, bit of Twitter, maybe some YouTube. Yeah, and I think that's it. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of Gunpla Talk. Simon, Josh, appreciate your time as always. And all you fine folks out there in the audience, happy holidays, happy new year, and we'll see you next year.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Goodbye.